The Serie A champions of 2022 host the Serie A champions of 2023. At the end of the day, I think we all know who's going to be the Serie A champion of 2024, but let's not discuss that. 2024 has been a decent year for Milan up until now. At this point in time, the Rossoneri are undefeated. No matches lost in Serie A. Just one loss, I believe, against Atalanta in the Coppa Italia. Outside of that, it's been a pretty decent start for Stefano Pioli in 2024 compared to 2023 when the whole disaster nightmare started. However, the nightmare of this season probably started when Milan was playing against Napoli in the reverse fixture. Away to Napoli, up 2-0 after the first half. Somehow in the second half, Milan concedes 2 goals and it's 2-2. Since then, Milan became a little bit up and down in this season. Now, you'd hope that the new shirt that this club has brought in, this beautiful black shirt, the other one, the beige one, is even better. Already sold out in less than 24 hours of being released. Maybe this brings us some change of fortune because playing Napoli at the San Siro has been a little bit trickier for Milan. Now, I'm hoping I've been live this whole time that I've been talking, but let's see. Waiting for you guys to flow in here, for the comments to come in here. We're 8 minutes from kickoff. Let's just dive right into the starting lineup. I mean, there's not much to really discuss here, guys. This is pretty much the prototypical lineup that Stefano Pioli has been comfortable with. I am curious to see, now that I'm looking at Gabbia and Kier again in the back line, a little bit curious to wonder when Malik Tau and Fikayo Tomori are going to be making a comeback. Let me know in the comment section if you guys know any more. From what I've understood, they should potentially be coming in this month, at the end of this month, possibly for Malik Tau, I believe. We're going to see what happens with not Stefano Pioli, with Fikayo Tomori. 6 minutes from kickoff. Let's just dive into the lineup. Let me quickly run through your guys' comments. Oh, hold on. Looks like the comments got a little disabled, so let's just bring that right up back here. Boom. It's always interesting. There's always something with these softwares. Unless, of course, you have like a whole ESPN style setup with 7 people, 8 people on your staff just minding the chats. Although ESPN doesn't really have much money left anymore either. But if you're doing it on your own, it can get a little bit complicated. But I think we have figured it out. Here we go. Your comments coming right up. Boom. 4-0 Jovic hat-trick, according to Zika Norbert. But, all right, let's see what you guys are saying. First of all, too many goals today. Yes, I actually agree with that. Now, I'm not going to say it because YouTube is a little bit weird about what topics you can discuss in a live stream. I have heard of other people who've gotten into trouble, but I'll basically say this. There are systems where you put in a little bit of and then you put it on a certain number of goals, and if it goes more than those goals, you get back a little bit of. So I'm not going to say what it is because I know YouTubers who've talked about it in their live streams and gotten in trouble. So let's just say that today, the prediction that I have is that there's at least going to be 2 goals in today's match, if not more. And there's going to be at least 7 corners, being scored. And that actually gives you a pretty decent. So, just so you guys know, because sometimes you guys ask me in the comments, even DM me, hey, what do you think we should do with this match? Where should I be putting a little bit of my cash onto? All right. Kush, Forza Milan. I love watching your channel. Let's hope we win, but more importantly, play amazing football. Bilal from Manchester, England. Bilal Hussein, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate the love. It's always nice to start a live stream with these kind of messages. I'm looking at the screen now, looking at Rafael Leao. He's wearing glasses. I've never seen Leao in eyeglasses. He's pulling off a more nerdy look. There was a lot of controversy that happened not controversy, there was a lot of complaining that was happening from a section of Milan fans when they saw what Rafael Leao was wearing. One of his pictures, everyone was just being a little bit weird about it, talking about how if this is how your champion player dresses up, your club is doomed. So today, it looks like Rafael Leao chose to pull off a more nerdy look to, bring those guys back. But I appreciate Bilal. Thank you for watching from Manchester. Which side of Manchester are you on? City side, United side, in terms of sports, in terms of football, because today's result was pretty good for Manchester United. What's your opinion on the explosion of CDK? One thing, Paolo Maldini found another baller we just didn't know about. Because clearly, this guy seems like a system player. The way he was playing in Club Brugge, the way that Gasperini makes you play at Atalanta, it's a system. You're a product of a system. It's not individual brilliance as much as it is being able to work as a unit in a certain manner. Now, that's a skill set as a coach that a lot of Milan fans want our coach to have. To not just throw the ball to Leao and just make a run, but instead have a system that extracts the best out of multiple players. Atalanta has that. CDK is now a part of that. Everybody at the beginning of the season when he was moving there believed that it's probably going to be a good thing. Whose question was this, by the way? Sidar86. Cedar86? Whatever. A lot of people felt like this might be a good move for him. And it was. This was the perfect move for Charles de Ketelaere. A young prospect, too much in the limelight with Milan, goes to Atalanta. Gasperini, known to bring out the best in young players, plays a certain type of football, and I don't even know what to say. De Ketelaere has looked amazing, and I'm honestly kind of happy for him. The only thing I don't like that CDK said, black and blue fits me better. Black and blue looks better on me, because that's a hint. We don't like that hint. You stay at Atalanta, you want to play at Club Brugge, fine. There's another team that plays black and blue, and we don't like that team, especially because they're going to win the 20th title before us. All right, let's see this. The players are walking out now. We're going to be getting ready for kickoff in no time. And since you guys are here and before the match kicks off, there's about 60 of you guys here. I appreciate you guys being here. I don't make these requests, but I'm going to, as I said, in the last few streams, I'm going to start asking for this more. I'd really appreciate it if you guys can hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please make sure you do that as well. It just helps push the channel out to more people, allows me to be able to do this full time, which looks like it's going to take some time because YouTube revenue they've been stingy now, but it's still pretty good. It allows me to be able to do this part-time basis. Okay. Now, let's just quickly run through the lineup before we go into more of your comments. So, Mike in the back, obvious. Davide Calabria, a lot of question marks about Davide. Not the right back that Milan should have in the next season, but for now, he's arguably the best right back we have. There could be some debate about Florenzi in the second half, which probably will happen, but let's see how the match goes. Simon Kieran, Matteo Gabbi, as I talked about in the beginning of the stream, it would be nice to know when Fikayo Tomori and Malik Tahir are going to be making a comeback, because those are the players that we need to be able to play this role. We cannot be relying on Gabbi and Kier for too long. Napoli this season have been a little bit... Oh, by the way, Calabria. Forgot to mention that. For whatever reason, Davide Calabria turns into Davide Maldini when he plays against Kvaratskhelia. Today is that match. Kvaratskhelia is looking good. And usually Calabria gets the best of him. Let's hope today's another one of those days that he gets the best of him. Now, coming back to our left back and Theo Hernandez, a bit of a kind of game last couple matches, but he seems like he's hitting form again. So we'll be hoping that Theo gets the best out of himself today. But we need him at his attacking best. A lot of the times when he's at his attacking best, Milan just plays differently. There's just different swagger to this team. He's like that X factor to the team. If he's attacking the way that he usually does, it just brings better out of Leao. It brings better out of Giroud. So let's just hope Theo takes that responsibility seriously today. Now, in the midfield, Ismail Benacer and Yacine Adli. Some question marks about why isn't Reinders there? Well, Reinders did get a red card. Or suspended. He didn't get a red card. Too many bookings, too many yellow cards that he picked up, and he's out for today's match. Benacer and Adli, we'll have to wait to see, because they do have somewhat similar profiles, you could say, although Adli does tend to sit back a lot more. So I predict that probably Benacer is going to be playing a little bit more up front instead of sitting back like he usually does when he would have somebody like, Tonali playing, who would be a lot more aggressive and making moves up forward. Now in our front line, Ruben Loftus-Cheek once again plays behind the striker. It's one of those things where it looks a certain way, but it doesn't necessarily mean that this is exactly how he's going to play. A lot of the times he drops back, helps out Milan in their own box. But Pulisic and Rafael on the right and left flank, the best two players that we have in our attack. And Olivier Giroud, a man who was, pretty much in the player ratings last video, I gave him a rare rating because he truly was rare in my opinion. Now let's just see if the match is going to be kicking off. Yes, looks like it. Let me just get the audio going. And there we go. Now, let's get one last thing set up for you guys. All right, there we go. We have kickoff, guys. Now, let's see if I'm actually in sync with you all or if I'm a little bit behind or whatever. I mean, I'm pretty happy that Benacer is going to be starting this one. It's been a long time since we've seen him get proper 90 minutes under his belt. Might be a blessing in disguise to get Benacer back in form. I'll be coming to you guys' questions real quick. Let me just get the play-by-play going here. There we go. Okay. There we go. All right. Let me just now go through your questions. There it is. All right. Vamos Barça. I'm Arsenal fan though. Untitled. Nice to have an Arsenal fan here, man. I appreciate it. Oh my God, there's so many comments, guys. I'm honestly really trying to catch up on these. Do you think Milan will be able to strengthen the team in the summer without selling? That is $1 million question. That is a question of probably about $60 million worth or $80 million worth. I don't know. I really don't know. If I have to give my prediction, I would say they will sell somebody. I do think they'll sell somebody to be able to fund the Mercato because the stadium project hasn't been finalized yet, although there was some reports that they did buy the land or something like that. Oh, that's a nice... No, nothing comes out of that. I think my prediction up until now has been that they're probably going to sell Fikayo Tomori in the summer. I would be stunned at a Rafael Leao sale, although if somebody pays you $175 million for any player on your team, you're going to have to listen to that offer. You're going to have to consider it. And I think Milan will not just consider it. I think if they can get $175 million for him from PSG because they might lose Kylian Mbappe, I do think Milan would sell Rafael Leao. So Leao is possible if you get the right price. And by the way, if you guys are having any audio issues, please let me know. Just let me know in the comments. Whatever the majority says, I'll increase the volume or I'll reduce it, whatever you guys say. But when it comes to Leao, I think it's definitely a possibility that Milan would sell him. Now, if they don't sell Leao, they don't get the right offer, I think there's a possibility they might sell Fikayo Tomori. I think there's just something about that. I kind of look at it as a hierarchy. For me, it's... sorry, let me just move this here. For me, it's probably Mike, Theo, Leao, Fikayo. These are the four players I would say. Pulisic on the right flank. Christian on the right flank. Checks back to the byline. Tries to cross it in, but blocked there by Mazzocchi. Davide. Pulisic. Nice ball out to Ruben. Oh, that's a good ball out to Pulisic. Pulisic. Oh, there was definitely something there. Couldn't get the most out of it. Beautiful shirt. But that beige one is really nice. The white one, I think. So, yeah. So, when it comes to those players, when you look at the hierarchy of players, Rafael Leao probably number 1. I would say maybe Mike Maignan number 2. Theo Hernandez number 3. You'd probably have to put Fikayo. I don't know if I'm missing. I feel like I'm missing somebody. But I think Fikayo Tomori is number 4 on that list. And I have a feeling that Milan would sell Fikayo Tomori to be able to fund the Mercato. But let's see. 3-1 Milan. Pulisic, Ruben, and Giroud. Anthony Lafleur. Dude, I really hope you're right. We need a win today. It's not just about, closing in on first place, because I don't think that's really going to happen this season. I think the first place is pretty much decided. Inter's going to win the Serie A title. They are going to win the 20th Scudetto. They're going to get the second star, blah, 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 all that. Although, I do think that Inter's project has been a few years ahead of ours. So it makes complete sense to me because they have spent more, they've taken on more debt, and they've been better spenders in some ways. They've been better recruiters in other ways in being able to recruit free agents, which they have done a fantastic job in Zielinski and Thuram. You just look at the moves that they've made. They've been very impressive. So their project has been ahead of ours. But Milan will catch up. It's only a matter of time. Milan's going to win the 20th, and then these two teams pretty much stay neck and neck always. Just think about it. At this point of time, both of these teams have won 19 titles each and been runners-up in 18 league seasons each. 19 titles, 18 times second place. Both of them. That's how similar these two teams just always stay neck and neck. If you watch my video, The Great Split, I basically talk about how many ways Milan and Inter are actually alike. And they'll win the 20th this year, and Milan will win it next year, maybe. Don't forget Chukwueze and Nigeria are playing AFCON finals today too. Yeah, I think we really miss Chukwueze. And I actually think that Christian Pulisic also really misses Chukwueze because you need a bit of rest. We're putting a lot of mileage on Pulisic. And you can't expect somebody to just magically keep giving you 90 minutes, not a video game. So I think Milan misses Chukwueze, but yeah, it's only a matter of time he'll be back. The good thing is that during the time that Chukwueze has been gone, we've been, pretty much undefeated in Serie A, so it kind of worked out in a way. Do you think Milan can beat Leverkusen in the Europa League? My friend, if Bayern can't beat Leverkusen, and if Bayern's losing to them 3-0, good luck to Milan, to be quite honest. They're on a different frequency right now. But the one thing that they could benefit on, what Milan could benefit on, is if they do end up facing Leverkusen, they will probably be a little bit more focused on the Bundesliga because that'll be a historic win for that club. So I wonder, dangerous. Oh, cleared nicely. Who was that? By Olivier Giroud. Theo Hernandez on the left flank goes out to Rafael Leao. Rafael Leao passed the ball out to Theo. Theo all by himself by the corner flag. Theo with the cross in. Ruben Loftus-Cheek. No Giroud, no party. Inside the box at least. So yeah, I think they might just keep their focus. They might just keep their focus on the Bundesliga, and that's why Milan could actually maybe beat them. But outside of that, if you go quality to quality, it's going to be a tough matchup, if it even happens. Fourth kit today is amazing. I agree, Eduardo. I really hope Pulisic scores today. I really hope so too. It's been a long time since Pulisic has scored. Paul Kush, did you see CDK's goal? Yes, I did. It was fantastic, and I'm happy to see the guy playing well, to be honest. Watching from Italy, you deserve way more subscribers, man. It's all good, man. We're creating a little community here. We all watch the games together, talk about the games after they're done. It's all good. All of that stuff happens with time. And let's be honest, I'm making a video a week, right? Whenever there's a game, I'm making a video. It's not like I'm making, 5 videos a week or 6 videos like a lot of YouTubers have to. So I'm reasonable with my expectation. But when the right time comes, I will be making more videos. We just got to wait for the right time, which will probably be in a few weeks, to be honest. Theo Hernandez clears the ball off of Di Lorenzo. I'm not actually watching the game as much. I'm just reading your comments. Falls back to Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Ruben once again on the ball. Ruben looks like he's everywhere today. Red side of Manchester. By the way, CDK is yet another talented player who Milan had on their hands and let go. Yep. Our owners did let him go. The thing is, I'll just address this once again. When CDK signed, I'm talking a year plus ago at this point, the first video I made about CDK was give him 1 season to just make all the mistakes that he makes. Please don't act on him. Sandro Tonali had a bad first season, or a poor first season. Rafael Leao had a subpar first season. Let's give this guy time. Now, over the course of the season, he was missing some really, really easy chances. So even I was critical of him. But, selling him was not really a thought, or moving him away was not really a thought until Maldini left. Then it became pretty clear that Milan's probably going to move him. But if Maldini was there, he would have still been there. Obviously, because Maldini wouldn't. Oh, my goodness. How did they miss that? Kvaratskhelia with a fantastic pass in for Simeone. No Osimhen for Napoli. Kvaratskhelia comes from the right flank. Gabbia completely outdone. Passes that to Simeone. That should have been a goal. That should have just been a goal if Simeone was hitting it on target. That's an amazing opportunity for Napoli. Milan totally gets away with this one. I'm fine with CDK leaving. Glad he's performing well. Loan deal is a win-win. Hope they buy him. Yes. Mismash. Hello, Kush. How are you, my friend? Video liked. I got you, man. Appreciate it, Liam. Anshuman. Kush. What's your ethnicity? My ethnicity, bro, I'm Indian, man. I've talked about it a few times. Before we were a little bit coy about it, but I'm Indian Canadian. Both my passports are over there, so I'll show them to you. Seeing Leverkusen being so strong and generally, Anshuman, I know you're Indian too, by the way. Your name tells me that. Seeing Leverkusen being so strong and generally Liverpool, does that concern you? Europa League dreams? I honestly don't. It would be nice to win a trophy, but I don't know. It's just, I don't connect with the, oh my goodness, how did Simeone miss that? That was just inches wide. I don't really connect with the Europa League, to be honest. You win it, you win it. You don't win it, it's fine. Just focus on next season. Focus on recruitment. Find ways to increase your revenue as a club. That's way more important, in my opinion, because over time, that's what a club needs to be able to win titles. Look at what Inter are doing. So I'm not really that attached to the Europa League, to be honest. Although it would be nice to win a trophy, of course. Of course, nice. It'll be an honor to win a trophy at this point because Milan has been struggling for so many seasons in Europe. Inter is getting the second star this year, but we're getting our 8th the next one. Wow. Big claims. Fuji Fields. Theo Hernandez. Theo goes central to Ruben. Rafael playing nice and wide. Holding his position. Benacer comes more central. Rafael on the left flank. Leao one-on-one with Di Lorenzo. Pass it out to Pulisic. Falls to Napoli shirt. Goes back out to Simeone. Oh, Khvicha Kvaratskhelia is making that run. Dangerous run. But didn't really have the right angle to make that pass out. Goes out to Mazzocchi on the left flank. Just poor passing from Mazzocchi. Come on, Ruben. Let go of the ball. Just release the ball, bro. Don't take this long. Again. Come on, Ruben. Just use a teammate. He's trying to find a way to hold on to the ball and turn. Just use a teammate. Turn around. Get the ball back. Selim. I don't know who that is, my friend. I haven't seen him play as much. And I don't even think Milan has a $100 million budget. Forget about signing a player for that. Who's winning? Junai Dig. Who's winning? Where's my cash? My cash is where it allows me to say that Milan's winning today. So yeah. Black Kid looks sick. Yes, I agree. Any thoughts on Leao PSG links? I think I kind of addressed it already. But if you have a team that is going to offer you 170 million plus for a player, you take it and you run. That's what you do. Because you can rebuild your team completely. And 175 million for Leao would be, quite honestly, a pretty incredible amount. Because let's be real, Leao has scored. If we just go statistics, I'm totally against it. I'm not going to be a part of that. I think he's a very, very important player to Milan. He's the best player that AC Milan has, without a doubt. But for a player who scored 3 goals and assisted 8 times this season, if you can get 175 million for him, you take it. But I love him. If he stays, I'm so happy he stays. But 175 million can totally redo Milan's team. Rafael Leao tries to get past Di Lorenzo, doesn't succeed. Crosses it in. They're just trying to do what they did in the first leg. Cross the ball out to Olivier Giroud, allow him to get the header, which is how he scored in the first leg. Gabbia with nice defense. That should be a Milan ball. Lovely work, Gabbia. From what I've read, Anthony says, the stadium project was approved by San Donato City Council. Yes. Was it actually approved? Theo Hernandez on the left flank. Theo to Rafa. Rafa to Yasin. Cagey game up until now. No real chances except for what Napoli got. Drops to Simeone, but nice defense from Simon Kier. Clears the ball out. I don't know why they want a free kick for that. You got to clear a foot on the ball. Why would he give the free kick for that? Come on, Napoli. Doing Napoli things. How bad has their title defense been? I mean, embarrassing. All that chirping from Napoli fans last season to Milan for Milan's title defense. Oh my goodness, what a nightmare this club is. It's going to take him another 30. Well, I'll be in my 60s by the time they win the title again. Just think about that. What an absolute embarrassment of a club. I mean, talk about self-implosion. I try to be very rational and reasonable, and I'm definitely being a little bit emotional now because I heard it from them all last season about Milan's title defense. But talk about just shooting yourself in the foot on every toe. Not just on your foot. You're like aiming for each toe. You let Spalletti go. You let this guy go. Oh, come on, Davide. You then allow Rudy Garcia for some reason. And then you bring out Walter Mazzari for some reason. You're fighting with your star players. I mean, just an absolute complete SHI show. Complete. Unlucky Ronan says, rather sell Leao than Tomori, and with the money from his sale, go for a striker, a right back, and a midfielder. Oh, by the way, I didn't address why I'm actually going live. Sorry, yeah, there's not going to be any reviews or 4 takeaways or player ratings today because today's a Super Bowl. And there's so many friends who have things happening today that I was like, I can't make a review. I won't have time, and I also kind of want to chill with the friends and watch the Super Bowl itself. So that's actually why I'm going live and not making a review today. But going back to Unlucky Ronan's question, rather sell Leao than Tomori, and with the money for his sale, go for a striker, right back, and a midfielder. Yeah, I can't debate that. It is pretty logical to ask for that. I think after the departure of Kylian Mbappe away from PSG and Leao, if he were to go there, PSG's value and its reputation will take a dip because Mbappe is arguably the best player in the world. And you lose him and you sign Rafa Leao, who's excellent quality, but he's not Mbappe. So that takes a hit, but Milan in return gets 175 million. We're playing a team that sold one of their assets to PSG. We're looking at Napoli, that team that sold Cavani, that sold Lavezzi. Who else did they sell? I think they sold Cavani, Lavezzi. I think those are the only 2 guys that they sold to PSG. And they got a bunch of cash for it. And they rebuilt their team. Oh, they also... Who did they move that made them a lot of money? I think it was Cavani. When they were able to brought in Jose Callejon, Dries Mertens. They brought in Higuain, I believe, that season. Became a almost like a powerhouse for about 8-9 years. Never were able to, beat Juventus, but they stayed relevant in the top 4 and became a really good team, especially under the Sarri days, Maurizio Sarri days. So, yeah, I'm with you on this. Sell Leao anyway. No, I wouldn't say sell him anyway. Got to get the right amount. Man, I hate Manuel Pasquale as a commentator. Sometimes yes, I do agree with you. He's an Inter guy, former Inter player, and Inter's playing really well. So I kind of get it. Patrick Kendrick is awesome. Probably the best in the game. Adley to Pulisic. Pulisic shouldered off the ball. I don't think there's a foul there. Calabria's pushing too far up. What the hell is he doing? It's honestly been a pretty slow-moving game. I was expecting it to be a little bit more attacking and slightly more end-to-end stuff, but it hasn't been. And I'm a little bit disappointed that Milan hasn't pushed more for it, for something like that. Because you want the home team who's been undefeated this season, playing against a Napoli side that is struggling, missing Osimhen. You want them to kind of, push them around a little bit more. You're Canadian? Do you follow the Canadian national team? A little bit. I did during the World Cup. That was fun. But yeah, no, I watch it a little bit. I mean, if there's ever been a time to watch the Canadian national team, it's now. You have Jonathan David at Lille, Alphonso Davies, probably the best left back in the world. You have Tejan Buchanan, who's playing, well, in Milan at least. Or not really playing, he's mostly on the bench. But there are other players too that, playing for Celtic was, forgot his name. But yeah, no, I watch the Canadian team here and there, although they've taken a bit of a dip this season. They're far better last season, so let's just hope. Rafa. Leao to Adley. Benacer. Theo, come on, make a run, man. Don't be so static. Move, move, move. Gabia to Benacer. Pioli was saying Ruben Loftus-Cheek is learning a new tactical position or something. He's still learning. I think I've used a bunch of videos now to make my position on the Loftus-Cheek thing clear. I do think, right now what's happening is that Mike has the ball. And, well, that's just a waste, Mike. He just kicks it out to their goalkeeper. But Mike has the ball, and he's got Benacer and Adley in front of him. But I feel like if he had Loftus-Cheek as well as a third midfielder, I think there's just a little bit more quality in the way that Milan plays. I think Pioli saw the system work the season before last season when Kessie, goes to Rafael Leao, drops right to him. This could be a little bit dangerous. If Leao can find Christian Pulisic. Leao just puts him out a little bit. Couldn't have caught up to that. He needed to put a little bit more zip on it so it goes more straight instead of towards the corner flag. And that's what Manuel Pasquale is saying. He cannot miss that opportunity. He cannot miss that type of a pass. You have to pass that to the target. And he's right. I feel like Pioli played Kessie in that role, playing as a central attacking midfielder, and then he would kind of play like a fusion of a central like a central midfielder and an attacking midfielder. And then last season he did the same thing with Benacer. After Brahim Diaz wasn't working and after CDK was clearly not working, he started playing Benacer in that role. And even then, Milan didn't look the best. And now this season, he had a good thing happening with the 4-3-3, but he's chosen again to go back to that system and playing Ruben Loftus-Cheek in that role. That falls to Theo Hernandez. Theo goal! Lovely ball from Rafael Leao. I said at the beginning of the match, if Theo Hernandez is dialed in, if Theo Hernandez is going to do the things that he can, It makes the entire team play better. He's the X factor. He can score goals for Milan again. And Rafa Leao with a fantastic ball. After just missing Christian Pulisic, once again, Rafa Leao with a dime, a peach of a ball. Guy's been criticized for far too long for not scoring goals, but he's doing something in every match. There are assists coming in from every match. That was perfect. That was perfect. Perfect. Giroud drops back, gives the ball to Leao. Oh my God, what a dime from Rafa. And what a shot from Theo. Just a quick shot right on target. Perfect goal. Excellent, guys. Excellent. I think I'm going to maybe go back to just this big screen. Because I think you guys are probably already watching the game. If you want me to leave that in there, just let me know. But I think I'd rather just keep it like this and just chat with you guys. But if you want that thing over here, let me know in the comment section. And if you don't want that thing over here, again, let me know in the comment section. Because next time, I won't put in the work to get that play-by-play going. Because it takes a little bit more effort. So just let me know if you guys don't really care for that. I'll keep it away in the future lives too. But that's a fantastic goal. That's a fantastic goal. Leao makes that pass. We have a shot on goal. Liam, he did make that pass this time, and that's why it's a goal. There we go. Liam knows it too. Leao assists. Another assist. It's been consecutive games now that we've seen Leao assist. Peter with the let's go. Anthony with the Theo. Oh, this drops in again for Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Loftus-Cheek to Rafa. Open him up. El Treno. Exactly. He took off and he didn't stop. And I love the decisiveness from Theo. And this is what we want. You want decisive movements from your players. He knew exactly what he was doing there. Leao knew exactly what Theo was going to do there. Theo did not look confused, concerned, just made that run knowing that maybe the ball will come to him. It came to him perfectly. Didn't think about it for too long. Shot on target. Done. Done. Leao with a... Oh, Rafa, what a shot, my friend. He's feeling it. He's feeling it. Lovely shot from outside the box from Rafa. Benacer, Isma to Pulisic. Pulisic is also... Oh, yeah, that's a foul for sure. I bought that black jersey, Theo. Yeah, that's... Oh, you did buy the Theo one. I got to see if that's still available. Once the white one wasn't available, I just didn't care to buy the black one. But now that I'm watching them wear it, I feel like maybe I should get it. But I have a feeling it's sold out. Anshuman, goal. Nocturno, Theo the man. Luka Watts, goal. Saber Wolf, Theo. Liam says, I don't care for the play-by-play. I'll probably remove it then, my friend. Want to see more from Giroud Pulisic? Yes. It's been a few games that we've wanted a little bit more from the guys, and hopefully we're going to get it. Today, I really want Pulisic to score because it's been a while, man, since my guy scored. Theo Hernandez. Yassine with the free kick. That's a good ball from Yassine. Very good ball from Yassine. Went right to Giroud. Head collision. So we're going to call it a free kick. Okay, let's see this. I'm very curious to see how... Okay, boom, boom. Serie A, Milan. Leao. Oh, Yassine. A little bit too close to goal. Okay, let's see this. Trying to pull this up for you guys. Oh no, I can't have that. Man, I can't have these advertisements in the YouTube stream because I can get in a bit of trouble for that. But let's take a look at this so you guys can see it right here. Rafa Leao in the recent matches, assist against Frosinone, gets another assist today. Scored against Atalanta. So what, since, let's say in 2024, Leao has gotten 2 goals and at this point in time, 3 assists in 2024. 2 goals and 3 assists, and we're in February 11th. I'm not mad at that. That's improvement. That's some improvement. And let's keep in mind all the matches that he's actually played really well and unable to get a goal or an assist, especially in the last match. He set up Okafor. He set up Giroud, and they weren't able to push the ball into the back of the net, but he could have had a couple more assists. So for me, Rafael Leao at this point in time is back, but he just needs to be a little bit more decisive. And it might be right here. Rafael Leao, ball from outside the box. Fell for Giroud. Leao might get on it still. 30 minutes in, Milan up 1-0. Marcus Pulisic free kick. Rafa having himself a game, yes. He's looked very confident. And there's just something about these two guys, right? Leao and Calabria. Whenever they play against Napoli, there's just some type of an elevation of their game that makes them play a lot better than usual. And I think that's what it is. The thing is, like, now Milan needs to get that second goal. Because this is the one area that they have faltered in repeatedly. Is they don't get that second goal, then they allow the opposition to come back into the game. Same thing if we go back here. Same thing happened in the match against Frosinone. If you guys look at that 2-3 right at the bottom. 2-3 against Frosinone. Milan took the lead. Same thing happened against Bologna. Milan took the lead. And I'm pretty sure... No, Bologna, I think Xerxes scored. But same thing happened against Udinese. Milan took the lead. It's just a few games now. You know, you can't be fighting for the title in any sense of the imagination if in 3 consecutive matches you have conceded 2 goals. That's 6 goals in 3 matches. So you're conceding 2 goals a game. You don't win games. You don't win titles like that. So title is obviously out, but you just want them to now tighten up in today's match. You're up 1-0. You haven't really allowed Kvaratskhelia. You haven't really allowed the Napoli attack to really test you that much. One good opportunity. So now hold on. Double up on the lead. Theo Hernandez is having a good game too. We're talking about Leao having a good game. Come on, Yassine. Loftus-Cheek also has been okay effective. Yeah, I think Juan Jesus, as the commentator saying, he was a little bit more committed on Ruben instead of making a run towards the danger area. But Theo with a fantastic goal had a slightly below average game last match. But here we go. Davide Calabria from the right flank. Pulisic. Pulisic has got a few too many bodies on him. Adli. Calabria. Goes to Pulisic. Christian on the right flank. Pulisic uses Giroud. Isma gets the ball. Theo from outside the box. Leao in the box. Distant ball to Ruben. Oh, Gabia goes for the shot. Oh, Manuel, we understand you're an Inter man. If Gabia's taking a shot, do we really need to talk about Pavard? Yeah, it looks like Terraccio is warming up. Not Terraccio, sorry. Terracciano. Oh, Calabria gets injured? Oh, buddy. Florenzi is going to obviously come on. It's kind of mean to say it. I don't mean it as an injury. I wonder if it's going to be a slight. Actually, you know what? Milan's been playing well, so I'm not going to say anything. But, it's one of those things where is it going to be a bit of a good thing that Milan will have, maybe Florenzi play for a little bit? I think this team needs to recognize the importance of signing a higher quality right back outside of Davide. I think Davide's done his job. He's been a good player. He has won the title. He has tried to lead this team. Now I think they should keep him if he wants to stay as a backup option, which I doubt he'll want to stay as a backup option. Man, this fly is pissing me off. What can I throw at it? Stefano Pioli having a chat with Florenzi. I'm just checking out the details on this shirt. See, now he gave the captain's armband to Theo Hernandez, and there's just something different about Theo Hernandez wearing the captain's armband and Davide Calabria wearing the captain's armband. You just get a different feeling. There is an aspect of leadership in Theo. Now, Theo can be a bit of a pest at times with the opposition, maybe a little less mature, but there's just some elevation and quality that you feel. And Theo talked about it in a recent interview where he literally mentioned, he said, I have found my home at Milan. This is my home. I have found that club. I love the city. I love the people. I love being there, here for him. And that's where he wants to play out of. So I don't think there's much of a risk of him actually going anywhere. But who knows with the ownership group, really. What do you think about Milan returning De Ketelaere? Think that it's best for us to separate? We do not... Oh, no, I'm frozen again. Hold on, I'm frozen again. I get it. Let me see what's going on. Always something happening in these live streams. All right, I'm trying to fix it. Hold on. There we go. My bad. All right, what do you think about Milan returning De Ketelaere? Think that it's best for us to separate. We do not want him, and he doesn't either. The kid has found comfort with Atalanta, so why leave? Yeah, he's probably going to leave. I don't know what the agreement was, if they had already agreed to a price for his sale. But yeah, he's probably going to leave. I think Milan's moved on from him. Now, if the coach changes, who knows? But I think it's very likely that he's going to leave now. Absolutely love how the goal shut that intercommentator up. I'm glad to. Rafa has been always one of our players that have contributed for our goals. He's always involved a lot of the times. Probably 6 out of 10 goals or 7 out of 10 goals that Milan scores, Leao is involved in some way or the other. And you're right. And he doesn't get the respect that he should. Pulisic goes out to Giroud, Loftus-Cheek, Pulisic. Oh, come on. That doesn't help Milan. So yeah, I feel like sometimes get the sense that he doesn't get as much respect as he deserves from the fan base. Muriel to MLS make me feel like CDK stay at Atalanta. To be quite honest, he's been cooking in the league because he has the freedom and tactics to do so. Yeah, somebody actually mentioned in the comments, and rightfully so, that he plays as a false nine. It's not really a role that he would have done much with Milan anyways. And I think whoever said, sorry, I forgot who said that, but I think you're right. I think it is true that he also wasn't fitting into the system that Milan was creating. And neither was Brahim Diaz. Look at how Diaz is playing now away from Milan. Look at how CDK is playing now away from Milan. Now, is that an indictment on Stefano Pioli and his coaching? Partly. It seems pretty obvious. My God, bro, where did you come from? It's just gravitating to my white light. Hold on. Let's try to kill this thing without bringing the light down. Leave me alone. So, yeah. I don't know where I was, but let's just move on. Today's my birthday. All I want is a Milan victory with a Pulisic goal thrown in there. Thomas Eboli. Eboli? Happy birthday, Thomas. I wish you all the best in the new year. I hope so I hope we get the same birthday gift that you want for our day today. Gabi to Kier. Oh my God, that was a little dangerous there. But yes, I wish you happy birthday and all the best in the new year. Gabi after paella is so good, man. Oh, you're having paella. Just hope Rafa can finally unlock himself with a goal. It's since September that hasn't scored in Serie A yet. I agree. He needs it so badly now. Because I think Leao is one of those guys that even if you watch him, even if you watch, if you're on Twitter, you'll notice that he actually is on Twitter a lot. And he's sharing things, he's liking things. So it's obvious that he's there and he reads the stuff. And, the Interisti and, other clubs fans who mock him for not having scored for what feels like a long time. That was a bad free kick from Zielinski. Good luck at Inter. So you feel like, he will feel that pressure and, nobody likes to be mocked. And he needs that goal to just shut those people up. So yeah, I agree with you. Rafa really needs to score. Man, Mike is wearing the white jersey. It is beautiful. That white jersey with blue jeans, decent necklace, and you go to actually no, you can't wear a neck thing in that. Collars make it weird. But no, that's a beautiful kid. Very, very nice kid. You think about how much Puma's improved in their kit making. One of the worst kits they made was the season Milan won the Scudetto. I don't know what that was, but it wasn't very good. But they won the title. But before that, since that, it's been some pretty nice kits that they've made, including the pink one that I like. I know a lot of you guys don't like it. Chukwueze is having a bad game for Nigeria. Apparently, sad to see it. Oh, that's not good, but I wish him the best. Come back soon. Do you think Milan will arrive in the semifinal of the Europa League? Hold on. Good question. Let me just go and see what the bracket looks like. Right, I don't even know if there's going to be a bracket right now. Europa League 2023, 2024. Honestly, nothing's really happening when Napoli are attacking. Oh, that's a dangerous ball in to Kvaratskhelia. Cleared out by Simon Kjaer. Goes out for a throw-in for Napoli. I don't know if that kind of clearance was needed from Kjaer there, but he went for it, and here we are. Okay, let's look at this. Anguissa, touch back to Lobotka. If we look here, I mean, Milan first has to get past Adrene. They're not a bad team. They're actually, it's one of the tougher oppositions in the context of the Europa League. So let's just watch the game a little bit. So yeah, I mean, I don't know if Milan's gonna make the semifinal or not. I mean, that's a hard one to answer because we don't know what the opposition we're gonna play. But at the end of the day, if you have a team that is beating PSG in the group stage. It's beating Newcastle away from home. It's looked very competitive against Borussia Dortmund away from home. They messed it up at home, but away from home, Milan actually looked much better against Dortmund. So three of the three teams that you're facing in the group stage of the Champions League, you actually were pretty good against, including beating two of them. You'd really hope you'd be able to make a deeper run in the Europa League because the quality of the football there is weaker. But, I don't know. Milan's you gotta wait for them on that day kind of team. That's the sad part. That's why they're not gonna win a title, is because you cannot be a team that let's hope they do the best on that particular day kind of team. You have to be a team that's gotta be a free kick. How's that not a free kick for foul on Leao? But as a team, I mean, if you are one of those teams that is hot and cold, we'll see how they do on the day. You're not gonna be able to win a title. You might make some random deep runs in some competitions, but you're unlikely to win because winning requires consistency. And if you're hot one day, cold another day, remember the season that Milan won the title. They were unstoppable. They were winning games after games after game. It would be 1-1 in the 90th minute. They'd somehow pull off a win. Everybody remembers the match against Lazio where Tonali scored. There was just always a belief in this team to be able to win. And now it's hot and cold. Although 2024 has been a lot better, so you just hope that form goes into the Europa League. I'm just here to say hello, Kush. Forza Milan. Andelko Zlotovor. I appreciate it, man. Hello to you as well. Stay longer. Don't just say hello. I really wish we get a decent right back. Why not push for Frimpong from Leverkusen? Oh, lovely turn from Kvaratskhelia on the right flank. Being marked by Florenzi and Benacer. Kvaratskhelia gets away from everybody. Kvaratskhelia cleared out by Yassin Adli. That was dangerous and fantastic work from Kavicha. Amazing work from Kvara. Oh yeah, frozen. Sorry. I hope it's not frozen anymore. Frozen. Freeze. Fixed. There we go. Can someone tell me about this inter-commentator? I'm watching in Italian, so I have different commentators. We have I don't know if it's all over North America, but at least in the Canadian stream here, we get this. I'm pretty sure it is the same around North America, but the one that I listen to on, it's Manuel Pasquale, who is the commentator, alongside a play-by-play commentator, and then there's a color commentator. The color commentator is Manuel Pasquale, and he's a former Inter player. So some of his comments, you get the sense that he's a little bit more of a, maybe has a little bit of bias at times. I won't really fault him, but it can be annoying as a Milanista. But it's great when we're winning. It's awesome. But when we're losing, it can be a little bit more annoying. So on that 1-0, oh my God, does that drop to Kvaratskhelia? And Mike comes out all the way, but he's offside. What are your thoughts on blue cards being introduced in? Oh my God. I don't get it. I feel like we're trying to solve a problem that doesn't really exist that much. If you're already doing to have to get off the field for 10 minutes or something, they're saying, if you're for poor behavior, for simulation, I don't know. You're just roboticizing the game a little bit too much. Yeah, but you know what? I'd probably want to think about it a little bit more before I comment, but my first instinct is to say that, do we really need it? Do we really need to because for some of you guys who haven't heard about it, they're coming up with a rule where you have a blue card in football, where if a player is abusive to the referee or, fouling players or something, they will get a blue card, which will keep them off the pitch for 10 minutes. Now, it looks like we do have halftime here. It's going to keep the player off the pitch for 10 minutes. And Anthony, if you want to explain a little bit more, I would really appreciate it, because even I have a little bit of a lesser understanding because I've been a little bit busy with other stuff recently. But reading it first instinct, I felt like we're trying to solve something that's not a problem. You have added time. You have already increased the amount of added time now you put in because of VAR, and you have referees on the field. Just manage the game a little bit better. Don't just hide behind cards. But at this point in time, it looks like they are going to be hiding behind cards. Now, let me get the player ratings up and about. And there it is. So yeah, that's my take on blue card. But you guys let me know in the comment section what you think about it. Now, coming up with Milan's starting lineup and the performances, you just look on the left side, on the right side. Just look at all the yellows that they have, or orange colors that you see next to Napoli, because it's honestly been a bit of a flat game. I feel like, in my opinion, I've been talking a lot more. I've been way more engrossed in your comments than I've actually been in the game itself, because I feel like it's a little bit weak. And it hasn't been as much end-to-end stuff as I was expecting. I thought it's going to be a high scoring game. Milan did score relatively earlier, so they are 1-0, so it could be, a goal or two in the second half, and suddenly it's a 3-goal game. But I just feel like it's missing a little bit of that zip that you'd expect. And for Napoli and the kind of season that they're having, and let me be frank, because they've been very frank with us last season when it was Milan who was defending their Scudetto, and this time it's Napoli defending their Scudetto. Let's say it the way that it's supposed to be said. It's one of the worst defenses of a Scudetto we've ever seen. It's an absolute nightmare. I see Christian Zaccardo on the screen, so hello to him. Former Milan man, World Cup winner. But, man, is it embarrassing for Napoli. Napoli fans, they have been awfully quiet. Last season, so many of them on Twitter, tagging, commenting, Leao, this, that player, that. Look at Kvara, look at Leao, and look at your title defense. And this time around, an absolute nightmare for Napoli. So good on them on that. All that chirping, no result when it's your own chance to do it. And before I actually get into this, I'm curious to see, hold on, let me just do it on my phone instead of changing screens and all that. Where does Napoli sit? I'm just trying to make sure I'm saying this accurately. Oh my God, they're in 9th place? That is embarrassing. I had to scroll through the screen to look for it. 9th place, a title defense, a mid-table title defense. Don't ever go on Twitter and at me about Leao and Kvara again, guys. Wow, that's embarrassing. At least we qualified for the Champions League this season. We did finish 5th, though, so it's pretty embarrassing for Milan, too. Let's be real. Now, let's get into this. So, Mike, obviously, pretty much untested. Davide Calabria gets injured, gets off the field, usually tends to play well against Napoli, but honestly, he wasn't really that tested today. Kvaratskhelia has actually been a little bit more effective since the departure of Calabria. He's taken on Kier, Benacer, and Florenzi a little bit more than he was taking on Davide, but just Napoli's attack in general in that phase of the game didn't really look very good to me. Simon Kier with a decent rating. I think Milan center backs haven't had that much to do, but there were a couple of important interceptions from Kier, so it makes sense that he gets a bit of a higher rating. Theo Hernandez, as I talked about at the beginning of this match, this was the most important part that I talked about. We spent some time on Theo and discussing him. If he's effective, if he can be a good quality attacker, if he can be involved in the game, he's that Mr. X that Adriano Galliani used to talk about. On the last of the Mercato, Silvio Berlusconi is bringing a name Mr. X. And I feel like that X factor is actually brought by Theo in these matches. If he's looking good on attack, Milan, I feel like somebody has to give me these stats, maybe not in the comments, but some journalists have to come up with this as to how many times is it that Theo Hernandez scores a goal and how many times does Milan lose those games? Because most of the times, they get the job done when Theo is at his best. And today, perfect goal. Perfect left side attack for Milan. The attack that you bank on was perfect. Rafael Leao gets the ball. He knows Theo's making that darting run. Theo doesn't stop. So many times there's this complaint for this team. They're static. They don't move around enough. They're not as engaged. They kind of run and they stop and they wait for the ball to come to them. They don't keep moving around to keep the other defense and the other team a little bit more confused about what you're going to do next. Theo passed the ball. Giroud passed the ball out to Leao, and Theo just kept making that run. Perfectly placed pass from Leao, who had messed it up a little bit earlier for Pulisic, put it as a dime for Theo. And that quickness of the decision-making from Theo Hernandez to actually take that shot right away and not, try and look for Pulisic or Ruben Loftus-Cheek in the middle of the box. He just went for goal from the right side of the goalkeeper, which was the narrower side, and perfect from Theo. And whenever that happens, most of the times Milan looks good. Yassin Adli in the midfield, alongside Ismail Benacer. You feel like the midfield battle for this game has been a little bit more on the weaker side, at least with Milan's midfield. Even in their midfield, you look at Lobotka, you look at Zielinski, you look at Anguissa, they have been relatively ineffective, especially if you look at Zielinski. He's made some key, there were a couple of free kicks that they got that he didn't even connect with his teammate, and he just, launched the ball outside of the field. And even Milan's midfield, you feel like Adli and Benacer has been a little bit more involved, but Adli, you feel like, has been a little less effective today. Loftus-Cheek, I feel like, kind of feel like that's maybe a little bit generous, the rating for Loftus-Cheek. Yes, he's been involved. And when I say he's been involved, I mean he's been a bit of a pest for them when it comes to their attacks. He's been okay defensively. But a lot of the times he's won the ball and he's tried to start some type of an attack for Milan. But it didn't actually happen that many times today. A couple of times that he tried it, he actually messed it up. So I think they've been a little bit generous with Loftus-Cheek here. Pulisic, I'll come back to Pulisic. Rafael Leao has got an assist again in another game, as we've already talked about it. In 2024, Leao now has 3 or 4 assists and a few goals scored. Well, at least in the Coppa Italia, he scored a goal. But then there's Olivier Giroud. So when it comes, I think somebody in the comment section already mentioned it. It would be nice to see Pulisic and Giroud a little bit more involved in Milan's attacks. And I'm going to have to... And I'm going to have to agree with that. I feel like the involvement from Pulisic and Giroud, more so Pulisic. I don't want to harp too much on Giroud because, quite honestly, Giroud's actually been pretty good recently. Especially you watching the last match, he was involved in a few goals there. My God, my phone won't stop buzzing. What is happening? Uh-oh. Sorry, it looks like someone was using my credit card without me knowing it. Okay, all right. We'll deal with that after the live stream, I guess. But, yeah, so when it comes to Giroud, maybe I should deal with that right away, but it's all right. I'll do it for you guys. It's okay. Spend away. Hold on. Let me actually see this because I actually got an email from my bank saying that there's been a charge on my card when I haven't spent anything. Irregular activity on your credit card. Your card has been restricted. Okay, good. Thank you. They blocked my card already because I got a random charge on my card for $4 somewhere. All right. We'll deal with that. Well, at least they blocked my card. Okay, here we go. So, yeah, when it comes to Pulisic, I feel like I'm the most disappointed because he's just been very ineffective. And he's not been ineffective recently. He's been ineffective for a few matches now. And the only thing that I would give him a little bit, I'll cut him some slack in is the fact that he has been playing match in and match out. And we know that puts mileage on your players. We know what it did to Theo for some time. We know what has done to, even at times to Giroud, as him being the only player that you play as a center forward. Now look at it. Now look at Giroud alongside Jovic and how effective they've both been. It gives both the players equal amount of rest and gives them an opportunity to be able to extract the most out of the game when they actually are playing the game. But when it comes to Pulisic, you feel like maybe he is missing Chukwueze or somebody on the right flank to kind of take some pressure off of him and allow him to get a little bit of rest because it does make sense. He's been playing match in and match out. I'm going to jump into your comments now. All right, let's see these. Wow. Thank you, guys. Okay, there's a bunch of you guys here, a bunch of comments I got to honestly catch up on. But before we do that, I do want to request once again, this is my second request of today's live stream. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button. If you haven't already, please make sure to hit the like button. There's about 140 you guys here, 130 you guys here. So it'll be nice to see that thumbs up ticker going up. And I really appreciate it once again. This ref against Milan FF. Honestly... Yeah, he has been a problem in the past. I agree with you. But I feel like today, Milan themselves, outside of scoring that goal, have been a little bit, both teams have been a little bit weaker. Atalanta need to play, CDK discussions I'm going to put on hold for now, for a little bit. Layout to Paris, I think I kind of discussed, hold on, let's just go through the game a little bit, and then we can come back to layout to Paris, because I did talk about it. If you get 175 million, you take it. That's what I'll say in short. Crusader, do you guys think Napoli can make a comeback? Yes, in my opinion, and as we've seen in the past, any team can make a comeback against Milan. We saw Frosinone come back. We saw Bologna come back. We saw Udinese come back. We've seen Lord knows who else come back against this team. So absolutely Napoli can do it, which is why Milan needs to score a second goal, in my opinion. Chukwueze, we'll come back to Chukwueze as well. The home kit when we won the league, I like it more than last season's. I think I like last season's better, to be honest. Does anyone feel like if Pulisic or Leao don't create, then nothing happens? Midfield lacks creativity. Yes, because we don't have the right profiles for the midfield. Nor, in my opinion, are we playing the right formation. It's not like your formation is glued in and you cannot move. Of course, players are mobile and there are more dynamic ways of playing, and that's what Loftus-Cheek offers. But I do agree with you. And I think part of it is because there's not a proper... I've harped on this for all season, and I'll do it again. And I think part of it is because we don't have a out-and-out, high-quality central defensive midfielder. I think the moment Milan has a high-quality central defensive midfielder, it'll allow Bennacer to be able to do things differently, and it'll allow the rest of the midfield to be able to do things differently. And I do think Milan played better as a 4-3-3 compared to how they play as a 4-2-3-1. So you're right, the midfield does lack creativity. Right side of defense is struggling, holding the lead until halftime, boys. Thank you, Kush. Makes a lot more sense. Oh, okay, sorry. I'm not sure which one of those in reference to. Ciao, Kush. Forza Milan, my friend. Pulisic needs to go central. The midfielders have no creativity. Yeah, as we already just talked about that. Pulisic going central is an option, but then again, that's not his role. He wasn't brought here as a central attacking midfielder. He was brought here as a right winger. And I'm sure that's a conversation he had with the coach. I'm sure that's a conversation he had with the staff at the club, because that's the role that we've been desperate to have somebody for the last 2 seasons. So he was brought in here as a right winger. He's played in the past as a right winger. He's played well, quite honestly, as a right winger. He does tend to go more central. Milan ends up playing inverted fullbacks, or not fullbacks, but attackers. Initially, when Milan was playing a 4-3-3, you saw them play Theo and Calabria much more inverted, and Pulisic also moved to the center. But since they've been playing a 4-2-3-1, you see them do that a lot less. The players actually stay on their flanks. I don't know. I don't know what to say about Pulisic at this point in time. All we know is that we're not getting really much out of him. It's not just that he's not scored a goal or assisted a goal. It's that we're not getting as much contribution. Even if he's the third guy before the goal was actually scored to pass the ball, you just got to be a little bit more involved, and he hasn't been. Do you think Tao is better than Gabbia? Yes, I do. Milan is not convincing, although Gabbia has been way better than I thought that he's going to be. But I think Tao is better. As soon as Tao is back, he's going to be playing. He's a Germany starter. Maybe not a starter, but he's playing for Germany. He's an international footballer. And Gabbia is nowhere close to the Italian national team. And Malik Tao is a prospect for the future. So Malik Tao is 100% for me is a yes. Leao Theo connection, exactly, Olivier, sorry. This game has a draw written all over it. I hope I'm wrong. I hope you're wrong too. I cannot do that. I can't do a draw, man. I can't do a draw after taking the lead again. No. Don't. Midfield needs shift. Loftus-Cheek is not a 10, and him as a 10 has not worked well, regardless of how many tap-ins he scored recently. 100% agree with you. A lot of people who watch my videos know my position on this, so I'm with you on this. If he caused dissent or threatened the... Oh, okay. Let's come back to the blue card as well. Let's just talk about a little bit about the game itself. Let's see this. In the past 30 years, Napoli takes 2 of the top 3 worst title defenses. Unfortunately, the worst one still belongs to Milan, but that's also because Milan have won 11 Scudetti in the... Oh, I see. 30 years where I appreciate the history, my friend. Who should be Milan's center forward target? Xerxes. Easy. Exactly. Easy. Has to be Xerxes. Kush by 120 live. I appreciate it. Everybody who's here, I appreciate you guys. I hope that's what you meant. As an American, I'd love to see Pulisic getting some more chances and involvement. Seems like he's getting much help. He isn't getting much help from the right back position or midfield. This is the one part. And Liam, it's not just directed at you. This is one part that does annoy me a little bit about a lot of people that are watching, especially from the US, especially the Pulisic fan base. Sometimes I don't understand why there's that much criticism about Pulisic not getting... The amount of times I see in my comments, Pulisic could have done this, that, this, if he just gotten the ball back from Leao, or he just gotten the ball back from Calabria or something. He can't get every pass back. Sometimes you have to get yourself involved in the game when you actually have the ball. Sure, he might not have gotten the right pass at a certain point in time, because that happens. But when he is playing, has he been effective? Because I don't think he has been. More recently, he was actually arguably still you would debate that he's the signing of the season for Milan. And he's a good player, and we hope that he plays really, really well. But recently, he's been ineffective, and I cannot, and I'm not saying that that's what you're suggesting, I cannot keep seeing certain fans, again, not suggesting that that's what you're saying, constantly saying that it's the other teammates' faults that are not getting him involved, or it's the other teammates' fault that are not giving him the ball. He's going to have to do it himself when he has the ball too. It's not like every time he has the ball, it's just like, wait, watch out, we're about to score. Most of the times we're losing possession. Or most of the times he's just passing it back to somebody because he cannot find the inroads. I don't know. It is what it is, and it's okay. He can have an off period in a season. Every player is allowed to have a bit of an off period, especially when he's had, 15 almost goal contributions. It's okay if he goes through a rough 1 or 2 months. Hopefully not 2. Let's just keep it to 1. But it's his fault. It is his fault. I agree Ruben Loftus-Cheek's rating is pretty generous. Yes, I think so too. It was pretty generous. Pulisic will go on the score sheet eventually. He's the new penalty taker for Milan anyways. Yeah, so let's just hope he'll win a penalty today, man. Let's hope he gets on the score sheet. I do feel like he'd get a lot of his confidence back. Not to suggest that he's lost his confidence, but I think it'll definitely help him, just like it'll help Rafael Leao. But that's the thing, right? Leao hasn't scored in 100 plus days. 135, 140 days he hasn't scored a goal in Serie A. But he constantly sees himself involved. He's either the last guy to pass the ball before the goal is assisted, or he's actually getting the assist himself, or he's involved in something. Pulisic, outside of his defensive assistance, I'm sorry, he's been a little bit weak recently, but I won't go on too much because I know people get a little sensitive about him. Pulisic has made multiple good runs in behind Leao, missed him on one. Yes, Leao did miss him on one. Ismail didn't even look another time. The second part is where I have a problem. Isma didn't look even. We don't know if he looked or not. Maybe he just didn't think that was the best option there. Because if you know Benacer, the way we've seen Benacer, Isma is amazing. And he knows how to do that. Anyone who has a complaint about Giroud's contribution needs to check themselves into a hospital. 19 goals and assists in 19 games played. I don't know what else to say. Some of them are penalties, but still, 19 is 19. They're not playing the ball on the right side if Leao and Theo keep it up. I don't care. Yeah, I mean, they don't have to. Joe, I appreciate your donation, Joe. Very kind of you. Oh, my God. Oh, Pierluigi Golini somehow kept on that ball, and Olivier Giroud almost was on that one. Wow. Rafa. Oh, come on. There's a foul. Pulisic should be the 10 most creative player. Joe, sorry, my friend. He's not the most creative player. He's not the most creative player. It's Leao, it's Theo Hernandez, it's maybe even Ismail. He's probably neck and neck with Benacer, I would say. But Theo and Leao are much more creative than Pulisic. But I do appreciate your donation. You're very kind. But Isma, lovely defense. Wow. Wiggles himself out of that. That should have been a dangerous attack for Napoli. Mania. Clears it out. See, this is what I expected from the first half. A lot more attacking. Milan almost scored. Napoli almost had an opportunity to get a shot on goal. This is what we've been waiting for. This is what we've expected from today's game. But yes, my apologies again. Pulisic, third best creative player on this team. Would you extend Kieran Giroud's contracts? Kvaratskhelia? Okay. Would you extend Giroud? Yes. Kier? No. Oh my God, that's a 5-on-2. Rafa, Leao, Loftus-Cheek. Oh, that's a penalty. That's a push. Oh, come on. That's a proper push. That's a push. I'm going to call that a push. Let's see in VAR if that's a penalty or not. That to me looked like a push. End-to-end stuff. Politan on the right flank. Gabbia. Let me see that again. If that's not a push on Ruben. Show me that. Show me that replay. All right, here we go. I don't know. I don't know. His hands were up. But yeah. No penalty. He hasn't been fully ineffective. He has been playing defensively, and that has been helping. I assume you're talking about Pulisic, and yeah. It's not his role, though, right? He's a right winger. We don't need his defense as much. Appreciate it, but it's not what he's there for. He's there to assist and score goals or contribute, attack-wise. Alex. Oh, just a little facial expression. I appreciate it, Alex. Thank you for the super chat. You're very kind. Is that a lion? Yes, that's a lion. But thank you, Alex Atanasi. Actually, at least we're only $4. Oh, my card. Yes, at least it was only $4. Exactly. Pulisic on the right flank. Christian. Come on, let's do something, Christian. Takes a shot on target from that angle with 3 players in front of him. Come on, Christian. It's okay. We know you want to score a goal, but come on. And that looked like a free kick on Ruben Loftus-Cheek too. Pulisic has to track back and play defense. He runs way more than Leao. Let's not compare him with Leao. He's not Leao. He won't be Leao because Leao is a much better player, and it's okay. Leao to Theo. Rafa, you got to keep that in, my friend. Should have done better with that, Rafa. Come on. Leao to Adli. Adli. Come on, Rafa. Oh, my God. Adli's been so bad. He's done this 3 times today that I remember. 3 times today. Twice he did it to Rafa Leao in the first half with bad passes, and now he's done it to Theo Hernandez. And he fell to his knees with his hands in his head because he knows he messed up there. But even Ibrahimovic feels the way that I feel about this. Pulisic, lovely control. Excellent. Christian to Benacer. Benacer, come on, Isma. Falls to Adli. Adli, go out to the right flank. Benacer, left foot. Rafa. Isma, come on. No, buddy. No, Isma. Should have used a teammate there. Benacer. Pulisic actually has to... Oh, sorry. I already dealt with this one. He runs way more than Leao. You're right, though. He does run way more than Leao, but that's also the nature of his football. Rafa Leao should not be running that much more. Because when Leao gets... Oh, Rafa. Shot from outside the box. An attacking game. This is what we want. See? First half, all I was doing was reading your comments. Now all I'm doing is watching the game. Because the game's picked up. And that's what we were expecting. That's lovely defense from Gabbia. Falls right to Rafa Leao from outside the box with a shot. Goes right into the Curva Nord. So not good enough, but it's okay, Rafa. I think a rest for Pulisic would be good. Too excited for Chuk to be back. Yes, I think Pulisic needs rest for sure. We need someone like Ronaldinho for the fantasy in the middle. Someone like Ronaldinho, I love it, Alex. We do. But here's the thing. There was no Ronaldinho before Ronaldinho, and there hasn't been since Ronaldinho. That's one of the most unique players I've ever seen in my life. So I agree with you. You do need someone creative, somebody good quality. But man, are you not going to find a player like that again? Probably the most unique football player I've ever seen. Even Messi. Oh my God, Kier. Isma. Benacer, that can't be a goal. Oh my God, Benacer, what are you doing? Come on, Benacer. Dude. What a pointless giveaway there. Just like gift wrapping it for them. Kier actually maintained his position, didn't give him the angle to shoot. So good work from Simon Kier too. But man, Mike couldn't have done anything if Simeone's shot was on target. That's not good, Isma. Come on. Oh, even Gattuso's there. Oh my God, that almost got deflected from Florenzi. Jeez. I'd argue we actually don't have a true 10 if that's a role that Milan will play. That's the thing. You're right. If you want to play a 4-2-3-1, sign a number 10 then. Why are you playing Ruben Loftus-Cheek there? Pulisic has Calabria, Leao has Theo. That's all you have to say. Man is by himself in the attack. I disagree completely. Agree with you on needing a world-class central defensive midfielder. Olivier, yes, that's true. We do need somebody, at least good quality. Doesn't even have to be world-class, to be honest. At least get a central defensive midfielder to start with. We don't have a central defensive midfielder. Adli's not. Benacer is not. Rangers is not. Loftus-Cheek is not. Musa is not. None of these are central defensive midfielders. So, in a way, it was a good mercato, but in a way, it was a pretty poor one, too. It doesn't matter if he has Calabria. It's true that it's going to impact his game, but he was scoring a lot of goals and assisting a lot of goals with Calabria there too. It's not like Calabria came out from injury suddenly. Calabria has been playing alongside Pulisic since the beginning of the season. So if Pulisic's form goes down, we don't have to blame Benacer and Leao and the management and his teammates and Calabria. If his form is up, and he was playing well and scoring goals, we gave him compliments. If his form goes down and he's not scoring goals and getting assists, we have to call him out for it. That's what football is. You don't just say when everything is good, it's all credit to me. When everything is bad, that guy's at fault and then this guy's at fault. That's not how it works, my friend. Definitely need a new right back and a new captain. Maldini had complete control over his teammates, and that's what we need. Yeah, I agree. Totally agree. I like to watch Fulham too. Paulina. Oh, okay. Well, I haven't seen him play, but anybody will do at this point, to be honest. Kessie hasn't been replaced. Shane Biscuit. You're right. Kush, if you're in charge of the transfers, would you go for 1 to 2 very good players or 3 to 5 medium players? I would give you a very simple answer. I would go for a backup to Theo. I've said this in so many videos. Some of you guys are going to be so annoyed that I'm going to start this rant again. I'm going to sign a right back that is of better quality. I'm going to sign a center back because we need one, in my opinion, in spite of whoever we have. I'm going to sign a left back backup for Theo Hernandez, a central defensive midfielder, a striker up front. I think these 5 you just have to sign. Now, that's what I would say. It's less about the quantity and quality of players, and it's more about the positions that need to be filled in. And these are the positions that I believe need to be filled in. Now, if I eliminate someone, I'll say, okay, let's just eliminate a backup for Theo Hernandez and work with who we have, the younger players. But that brings down to 4 players. Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Oh, he's countering. Ruben, when he takes off, he's actually really fast. Loftus-Cheek could go out to Pulisic. Couldn't find Pulisic. Giroud's not the right guy to give the ball to. Rafael, see? Giroud's not the right guy to give the ball to. Lost it the moment that he was asked to pass it. Man, Giroud is really a liability in those passes. And now he's 1v1 against Kier, and now Kier cannot do anything about it. Oh my God, Florenzi, thank you. Thank you, Florenzi. That was almost a certain goal. Why is Kier even trying to get a tackle in, going for a dive outside the box? Just back up, back up, back up. My God. That's not a penalty. Shut up. He hits his butt, dude. Oh my God, Politano, what a horrible corner kick. And Benacer actually made it better. For our defensive midfielder, we can go to Chelsea to pick up one of their players like we usually do. They have good profile. Yeah, I mean, they're opening up the grocery store pretty soon. Just a few months and that grocery store will be open again. Pulisic needs rest. No Romero, no Chukwueze for a month. He had to play every match. Agreed 100%. I'm German, and to be fair, Tao hasn't played that much yet for the national team. I think he played a couple matches, but the fact that he's being called up to the national team at this age and the performance that he's put in for Milan, outside of some mistakes that he's made. Oh my God, Politano, what a shot. Wow. Hey, Napoli's knocking on the door. They're knocking on the door for sure. Politano's been much more effective than Simeone was. Milan should buy Coop Miners and Xerxes. Xerxes is 100%. For me, it was Jonathan David because Canadian. It would be nice to see a Canadian play for Milan, especially after Tejan Buchanan playing for Inter. But the way that Xerxes played against Milan, the way that his frame is, height, big, strong, built like a freaking ox, 100%. That's the guy I want. 100%. Army, what do you feel about Leao to Paris? I did address it a few times, but I'll do a quick one again. If you get the right offer from them, you have to consider it. And if you can reinvest into your transfer window and sign, as I mentioned, the 4 or 5 players that I'm naming, if you can sign 4 high quality players in the positions that we need filled in with that 175 million, I think you have to strongly consider it. Quite honestly, any team would look at a 175 million offer, not just Milan. Any club would have to say, hey, we got to consider this. So I think I would probably have to let him go. Oh my God, that fell right to Ruben. Pulisic, win a corner, please. Good work, Christian. Good work. Corner is needed. Oh, I just mentioned Jonathan David, but no, now Xerxes for sure. I don't think it's Pulisic fans. My God, so many Pulisic comments. Let's just come back to them after this corner kick. Adley. Yassin. Decent ball in. Goes out to Giroud. Loftus-Cheek. Oh my God, Theo. Scorpion kick. Politano couldn't control that. We got lucky there. Don't think it's that Pulisic fans over-defend him, which they do, but he seems to face criticism more harsh than even Leao. Leao has made one good pass, and other than that, well, that one good pass led to a goal. So it's not just that he led to one good pass. His pass is the difference in the scoreline. Right? At the end of the day, your contribution, if it changes the scoreline, it's going to be valued more than what the other players are doing. It's just the way that it's supposed to be. It's reasonable. Now, do I think Pulisic faces criticism harsh? I completely disagree with that. Maybe he did during his Chelsea days because English football can be a little bit more harsh. I don't think he faces as much criticism at Milan. And the main reason is because he's been good. That's why he hasn't faced criticism. He's scored goals. He's assisted goals. He's been involved. He's helped out defensively. He's been a complete upgrade on the right wingers that Milan has had in the past in Alexis Alamakers and Junior Macias. So for that reason, Pulisic shouldn't be criticized because he's been a good player. But the phase that he's going through where he's not good, he will be called out just like any other player. I think, my opinion, some fans can be a little bit too sensitive about it too. They want zero criticism for him, and that's not going to happen because that doesn't happen for anybody. We criticize Maldini for some bad moves that he would have made, like Divock Origi and even De Ketelaere last season at least. If we criticize Maldini, we're sure as heck going to criticize Pulisic. So I don't think it's harsh. I just think it's reasonable. Leao doesn't care about goals, to be fair. He much rather pass it. Yeah, and Leao has that personality. He's a pass-first player. He's a rack-up-the-assists player more than the score-goals player. That's just who he is. Hernandez has been on fire lately. I completely agree. Okay, what is this? BLK Karakin. I really hope I said that right, even though I know I didn't. But thank you for your super chat. I really appreciate it. New member to the channel. Just wanted to ask, would you grab defensive players like Robinson from Fulham? Also, he's American, so maybe not. Since I was new, how was Dest here? Seems like he's doing better at PSV. I'll be honest, haven't seen Robinson play. I haven't seen Fulham play. All I know is Fode Balotelli is there on loan, and I wonder I don't think he's been playing much either. Don't tell me Benacer is injured. Do not tell me Benacer is injured. We just got him back. No. Okay, let's just see what's happening here. I'll come back to your question. Blickeriken. Milan's making a future. Oh my God, Benacer is coming off. I don't think it's serious though. Please don't tell me. Simic. I actually like this move. Actually, do I like this move? I'm not quite sure because it is Napoli. But I think it's a good move from Pioli. I do think it's a good move from Pioli to bring Simic on. He's throwing Simic into the middle of this. I think because there is an understanding that, Kvaratskhelia has outdone Kier a few times. I think Benacer has given the coach a little bit of a nod that I'm okay. And Kier pats Simic on the back and asks him to start playing. I think I kind of like this move from Pioli. Now, if it comes back to haunt us and they score a goal because of Simic's mistake because he's a young player, it is that. But I feel like you kind of have to put him in this situation because Kvaratskhelia is going to outdo Kier, especially as the match progresses more and more. And we're in the 80th minute, 85th minute. He's going to be even more tired and slower. So I got to give respect to Pioli for this. Now, when it comes to Robinson, my friend, I haven't watched him play, so I wouldn't be able to comment on him. Now, when it comes to Dest, you almost get the sense that Dest has some quality in him, but when it comes to his game time at Milan, it wasn't very good. It was actually very weak. There were maybe a few games where you felt like he was effective. And when I say a few games, I don't mean for 90 minutes. There were a couple of matches that I can recall that he came on as a substitute. And you felt like he would actually make a difference in the game because he was a very attack-minded right back. And that is the role that he mostly played. Oh my God, Javi completely left him unmarked. Oh my God, who cleared that? Was that Gabbia? Gabbia Maldini this season. Jeez, Gabbia. Gabbialdini. Excellent work from Gabbia. That should have been a goal. I don't even know how they left him completely unmarked. I got to blame Florenzi for that one. Oh, dangerous. Ruben Loftus-Cheek. Raspadori turns around. Mike grabs onto the ball. So yes, there we go. So Dest, yeah, unfortunately, it made sense for him to leave. And I appreciate the super chat again. I'm sick of these midfielders go for shots on goal and refuse to give the ball to Pulisic. I'm not addressing this anymore. I like Koop Miners, but he is not a CDM. Yeah, you get the sense he's also kind of like a number 8. But I don't know. Or is he like a regista? Oh my God, Marcus, you're having a meltdown. Greedy AC Milan players not giving Pulisic the ball. Ruben Loftus-Cheek greedy. Reinders greedy. Pulisic was robbed so many assists. Come on, bro. Take it easy. Oh, hold on. Is the voice coming from the left side of... Oh, you know what? Thank you for bringing that up. Let me just quickly see why that was happening. It's 1 hour into the stream, but I am going to look into it. Thank you for reminding me. I was actually supposed to look into that before, but somehow I didn't. And now I don't think I can change anything about it. Although, let me try. Properties. No. Advanced audio properties. Okay, so let's see. Okay, let's see if this shifts or not. All right, I don't know if that changed at all, but if it changed, let me know. But on my back end here with the audio, it looks like it's totally in the middle. But I did notice that the audio was only coming from one side, and it was mostly left-sided. So I appreciate you letting me know. This should be left only. This should be in the middle. Rafael Leao coming. Leao. Oh my God, Leao, you can't miss that. Oh, Rafa, you had it. You had it, bro. You had your goal. What a ball from Musa was it? Musa with a dime to Leao. Oh my God, Leao, you gotta score that, bro. So I'm sorry, Priyansh. If you cannot hear that, if you can only hear me on the left side, I'll try and fix it for the next live stream, I promise. But yeah, I gotta make a note of that. But I did try to fix it right now. There was evidence of Pulisic defense. Yes. Dest was awful. Yeah, he wasn't very good. There are 10 Milan players. It's just not Pulisic on the field. Exactly. Yoli, thank you. Hey, talk about another player. I'd love to, but if all the comments are Pulisic, I can't help it. Simic and Musa on, Kieran Benazer off. Exactly. I've been waiting. Even in the last match, I think in the last player ratings, when I talked about in the match against, I think, Frosinone, this is exactly what I mentioned. Go and watch that player rating. The one thing I mentioned was it might be time for Milan to start playing Simic a little bit more than Kier. And in the very next match, Stefano Pioli takes Kier off and puts Simic on. I kind of agree with this move. Marcus does love Simic, so that's good. He only hates Ruben Loftus-Cheek and Reinders, but Simic he's good with. I'm glad, Marcus. Di Lorenzo on the right flank. Politano, is he going to find Kier? No, he's not. Politano held on to the ball for too long. Yassin Adli wins the ball. That's a foul for Milan. But Milan was on a counter. How are you calling that a free kick? We had the ball. Should have just played advantage on that. Come on, ref. That overcommitted bodies in the front. Oh, Leao, you got to score that, bro. Have to score that. Looked like a cramp to me. I used to get all the time when I played. Yeah, it looks like he did give Stefano Pioli a bit of a I'm good kind of look. Dest is one of the best backs in Netherlands this year. Hey, I'm glad. I always had a soft spot for the guy because he was from North America, and I was like, I hope he plays well, but yeah, he wasn't very good. With the new haircut, Musa looks like a mini Kessie. Hey, Musa has all the attributes of a Kessie minus the way that he plays. He wears his socks the same way as Kessie. He runs around a little bit, kind of like a little bit more labored like Kessie. Of course, they're both black, so there's that. Pulisic strips the ball, lays it off, and then runs the entire length. Hold on. Let's go back to this. Leao, come on. Here we go. Leao with the chop. Out does Anguissa. Leao with a beautiful ball to Loftus-Cheek. A little bit more weighted, but still a decent ball. Something could come out of this, but it might be tough. Rafa switches to the right flank. Pulisic much more central. Musa back to Rafa. Rafa, go back to your spot. Go back to the left. Florenzi with the run. For no reason. I don't know what Florenzi was doing there. Pulisic strips the ball, lays it off, and then runs the entire length of the pitch, giving Ruben Loftus-Cheek the most obvious passing decision, but Loftus-Cheek ignores the run. Why is he like this? Sorry, I didn't actually catch that. Gabi, amazing. Yes, Gabi has actually been very good. Gabi has been having a great time, Anthony, since he came back. I'm stunned. Gabi was one of those players. I was just waiting for him to leave. I was waiting for Gabi to leave. And I just felt like we needed to sign a center back, and letting him go and bringing another center back in would have been good. But Gabi has come back a changed player. And if he's gonna play well against Bologna, Udinese, okay, fine. But if he's gonna play well against Kvaratskhelia, and he's gonna play well against, Politano to a lesser degree, obviously, then you gotta give him props for how he's been, and he's been good. Oh my God, Milan stretch. Theo. Oh, I tried to go to Yassin. Florenzi. My God. Gabi saving our butts. Yes, I agree. We can sub Pulisic and play either Okafor or Musa. Yeah, I mean, he brought in Musa, but he didn't decide to take off Pulisic. So I think he's probably going to play him till the 75th, 80th minute maybe. But I do think Okafor or someone's going to come on for sure. Oh, we are in the 75th minute almost. So yeah, so basically one of my reasons was because since there's so many Americans here, I'll just explain myself. I'm going live today. No 4 takeaways, no player ratings, mostly because of the Super Bowl. So I'm going to be heading out to one of my friends' places, and it was just not going to be possible to make a review today. So today's just going to be a live, but we're going to be back with a review on Thursday. Europa League, playoff round, Milan versus Stade Rennais. And let's get it done. So why so much space? Someone close him down. It's Kvaratskhelia at the end of the day. Di Lorenzo, ball goes to Rafa. 75th minute, 1-0. That's tough. Tough. I love Pulisic, but these new Milan fans think he's prime Messi. There are 11 players on the pitch, guys. I agree, Ronnie. I mean, Pulisic has been good. American fanboys. Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's be nice, guys. Yes, it is a team sport. You're right. What a miss from Leao. Yes. I think it's your streaming software. Yeah, I think it probably is, but I don't know how to fix it because never had a problem with that before. If everyone is healthy, who is your center back pairing? Gabbia and Tomori? No. Malik Tau and Tomori for sure. Malik Tau and Tomori, although Gabbia is making a strong case for it. 100%. If he plays the way that he just saved us again, and if he plays that way, he's making a strong case to replace Malik Tau. But Fikayo, of course. Leao, one-on-one. Rafael Leao gets past one, gets past another. Oh my God. See, this is what I'm talking about. When you do magical things like this, the final ball has to be better, Rafa. Because if someone scores a goal from that, I mean, that's just ridiculous. Nice pass from Yacine Adli. Excellent ball from him. Gets past Anguissa. Gets past Di Lorenzo. Gets past Lobotka almost. And then just crosses it to the wrong player. My God, Leao. Fantastic. Pulisic. Give it to Leao. Good ball. Christian. Leao to Pulisic. Pulisic checks back. Is that a penalty? No, Pulisic didn't even appeal. To be fair, Pulisic did not appeal to that. Oh, whoa. Careful, Theo. Lindstrom on the left. Simic dragging himself out for Kvaratskhelia, leaving a bit of a hole in the back. Oh, 77 minutes in. 1-0 Milan. It's a tight game. Do you want Giroud to leave to the MLS or stay at Milan? Army Div, I would say he should stay for sure. You need that leadership in the what do you call it? Change room. And that's important because you can see what it did to Milan when Ibrahimovic came back. And I think Giroud is kind of like that personality. Not quite the same, not as aggressive, but he's a good personality to have in there. Especially if you're going to sign a young center forward, probably like Xerxes or, all the names that are being linked with Milan are all young guys. And to have someone like, oh my God, is that a goal? Oh my God, what a clearance. Double clearance from Adli and then from Loftus-Cheek. Fantastic defensive work. Milan now on the counter. Theo Hernandez with acres of space, but there's even amount of bodies. He has to pass it to Leao. He didn't pass it at the right time, and Leao stopped for some reason, but he did look like he was offside. Yeah, Leao stopped because he knew he was offside. Oh my God, loses the ball. Adli once again. End-to-end stuff here. Adli to Giroud. Whew. So no, Giroud should stay because it'll help someone like Xerxes or whoever to kind of assimilate themselves in the team and then get the best out of themselves, and then Giroud can leave after 1 year. Rangers just triggers me when he always goes for unnecessary shot on goal. I don't think he does that much. He does sometimes. Lindstrom from outside the box took a deflection. But I mean, Rangers has been, if Pulisic is this been the best signing, Rangers has probably been the second best, just because what he offers creatively, Milan hasn't seen in a long time. It's only seen it from Benacer, really. Wait, that's a push on Pulisic. Shouldn't that have been a penalty? With his hands, he's pushing him. Excellent block from Adli. Excellent block from number 7 and number 8. Jovic coming on. And Jimenez coming on. Wow. Pioli really throwing the young players into this. I'd prefer Musa over Adli. He's faster, stronger, tenacious, and will release a pass. My preference, maybe he's unproven. Well, they're different players. Adli is not Musa. Adli and Musa are very different players. Musa is a bit more Adrian. Musa is a little bit more of a Loftus-Cheek kind of a player. Adli is kind of like a Regista almost. Or he has the characteristics. He's kind of, sits back, eats up the pressure, is creative with his passing. Musa is just, oh my God, what a ball. Florenzi, come on, man. That should have been a second goal. No one's there. Oh, he was offside. Jeez, Florenzi. So Adli, he's totally offside. So Musa is box to box, drives the ball, quick pace. Adli is more of a twinkle toes. Just kind of sits down and looks around and makes the creative passes. He's the closest thing to, not talent and skill-wise, but he's kind of like an Andrea Pirlo. Whereas Musa is more like a Ambrosini, if anybody watching remembers those guys, or even watched back then. Is Rafael doing better this season, or was he better last season? What do you think? Probably better last season. Yeah, I would say he was better last season. He was actually probably one of his best seasons last season. But it didn't translate into results. That's the thing. If it doesn't translate into results, it doesn't matter how many goals or assists you're getting. This time around, he's been involved a lot of the times in scoring and assisting goals in winning causes. He was also last season, of course. I'm just saying that this time around, Milan's sitting third. Last time around, they were sitting mostly fifth in the league. So I feel like not as good as last season, but especially look at today. If there's a win today, that goal was assisted by Leao. So that's what's important. I'm getting a little nervous, I'll be honest. It's the 83rd minute, and it's still 1-0. I think a second goal will help for Milan. Anguissa from outside the box. Oh my God, that was actually kind of close. Oh man. Talking for 2 hours sometimes takes it out of you. Mauricio says he's scared. Yeah, I just said that actually. I am kind of scared too. This game's making me nervous now. Thomas, we're all vibing. Yes, I agree. Are you aware that Mike may leave? Let's see. I don't think he will. I've heard some stuff, but I don't think so. How is that not a foul on Pulisic? Looks like he was already slipping and falling. That's why. But if he was standing straight and that push came on the back, that should be a penalty. It did look like it could have been. Loftus-Cheek controls the ball really well. Anguissa gets the ball off of him. Nice defense. Falls to Musa. Nice work, Musa. Good pace, my friend. Unfortunately, now that you have a large American audience, you're only allowed to speak about Musa and Pulisic. Yeah, probably. Theo. Oh, Theo gets away so nicely. Wow. That was something special from Theo. The Leao critics are really harsh this season. It feels like they're preying on his downfall, which is sad. Nicola. Yeah, it's unfortunately it's been Milan fans themselves. I think they're just looking at stats. How many goals? How many assists? That's it. Leao's been actually very good, especially in the last maybe couple months. Since December, he's been very good. I just cannot understand when people say Pulisic has been bad when he hasn't been. He's been ineffective. I don't think he's been bad. It's just not as effective. Hasn't done much. What's your view on the new fourth kid? Kit? Who's fourth kid? Beautiful. That's what I would say. Fourth kid and the kid. Both beautiful. I agree. Rafa criticism was over the top. Way too reactionary, this fan base. Yeah, it is a little bit reactionary. I agree. Anguissa from the right flank. 85 minutes in. Looks like Jimenez might have actually helped with that. Yes, he did. He took off Pulisic. Just checking again because I think I kind of missed that. Yeah, okay. Jovic is on. Jimenez is on. Surprised he didn't put Okafor on, to be honest. Florenzi asking him to mark Musa. They're double teaming Kvaratskhelia. Oh, Yassine, that fell off. Oh, nice defense from Theo with his right foot. Not even his preferred foot. Passes it out to Jovic. Jovic goes out to Leao. Rafa, if you're onside, this should be a goal. Leao! Oh my God, too selfish. Is he offside? He is offside. Rafa, you cannot pass that ball. That tells me a little bit of nervousness from Leao. As soon as you pass that ball and that falls to you, Rafa, you gotta go for the goal. You're our number 10. You're the best attacker on this team. You have to score from there. Even if you're offside, you have to at least score. You cannot check back to another player, man. No way. That's way too selfless. You gotta be selfish. Star players are selfish. No, I'm not okay with that. No. All right, I'm not getting involved in the... Okay, look at that. Rafa. Yeah, see, Leao, you got to score, man. He just tried to go back to Theo Hernandez. He should have gone for a goal there. Oh, we got a whole political conversation happening. Okay, I'm not watching this. Jimenez on for Pulisic. We lost. It's all right. Jimenez, that's interesting. Jimenez was a defensive liability last time out. Yes, he was. Remember last time when he brought on Terracciano for Pulisic too, and that was a problem. So let's just hope Jimenez keeps it tight now. Who would you start, Benasser or Reinders? Both. 100% both. "88 minutes in, it's still 1-0. Lindstrom loses the ball. Adli gets the ball. Musa. All right, let's go, Musa. Drive it up. Musa knows how to do this. Oh, Musa, you can't lose the ball there. But that has to be a team problem too. He must not have been told that someone's behind him. Because I doubt Musa would have been... Actually, you know what? He's right by the byline. Even the coach could be yelling, hey, someone's behind you. Raspadori. Lindstrom. Oh my God! Oh my God, you guys are so stupid. Oh, Mike Manuel, thank you for that. Oh my goodness. That came off the crossbar. Off a Milan player. Who was that? Lindstrom. Oh my God, Simic with an almost own goal. Buddy. Wow, you got lucky. You got lucky. Simic, you got lucky. Milan's riding their luck. Let's just hope it stays. Let's hope it stays this way. Lindstrom, that's a good corner. Yassine. Jeez. Oh my God. Morningstar. What happened here? I don't know. I don't really. I mean, it did hit Musa's hand, but I don't know what he could have done there. It did hit Musa's hand though, but he couldn't have possibly done anything there. How can you possibly call that a penalty if at all? They are checking for the penalty. To me, that's crazy if that's given as a penalty. Oh, that's not Gattuso. I thought that was Gattuso. I mean, I don't know how they can call that a penalty. Like, it came off of Loftus-Cheek, who's right next to him. But yeah, okay, they're going to play on, I think. Are they going to play on? Are they still checking this penalty? Okay, check over, no penalty. Good. That's only smart thing to do here. Heart attack. Oh my God. Off the post. Holy sh. FFS. My heart can't do this. I agree. Mine can't either. Simic almost on goal. 4 minutes to go here, guys. I thought this was going to be a high-scoring game, but it hasn't been. But we still got 5 minutes to go here in injury time. Milan had enough chances to score goals. They just didn't. Theo Hernandez has been phenomenal. Phenomenal. Saved our butts with a crucial tackle. Scored a goal. Almost set up Leao to score another. And is now doing important things in injury time. Absolute dime of a performance from Theo Hernandez. Theo, once again, lovely work, Theo. Here we go, Rafa. Come on. Nope. Rahmani with the free kick. Oh, is that a free kick or is that a throw? Leao, that came off his back. Rafa staying down, trying to kill some time off. Oh, my God. Draining. How's that a free kick? What is Ralph Loftus-Cheek doing there? When can we finally watch a Milan game without having multiple heart attacks in a short period of time? I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. There's been 2 games that I've missed this season, I believe, especially recently. 2 games I've missed. Empoli, or I think Empoli Milan, 3-0 win. Monza Milan, 3-0 win. Every other game that I'm watching, nightmare. The 2 games that I've missed have been 3-0 wins. I'm tired. I'm so gray underneath this beard. You guys, I'm hiding it from you. It's draining to watch this team. But take the 3 points and I'll be happy. Leao is too talented to be this mediocre for 85 minutes a match. That's why I think criticism. I don't think he played mediocre. I think he played really well. Oh, Jovic, lovely drop at the shoulder. Pass out to Rafa. Rafa. Pulisic off, Milan lose. Marcus, I'll think 10 times next time before I discuss your comments. Because that, my friend, I'm not cool with that. No way. No way. You're a Milan fan or a Pulisic fan. No way. Yeah. They won't lose. They're on the verge of winning. With Pulisic there or not. Seems like it didn't really make much of a difference. Jimenez, get back. Oh, Theo, don't overcommit. But he did a good job. Completely threw him off. He gave it as a free kick now? What happened? What did Theo Hernandez do? Why did Theo do that? That was so not needed. Why, Theo? Why? Why? Yeah, it's an obvious free kick, man. But why would you do that? You're giving them a chance in the 96th minute now to get a free kick in. And they're going to load up the box. Golini's also in goal. Why, Theo? So not needed. I can't watch this, guys. I can't watch this. This reminds me of bad things. Politano. Mike with the clearance. Yes! There we go. It's not. There we go. There's the final whistle. All right, breathe. Honestly, I feel like my eyes are opening again. Holy. I needed that. All right. Let's talk. Let's catch our breaths. Because you need to breathe here. It looked like Theo Hernandez kind of injured himself there, but he looks fine now. Yeah, that was an expectation for sure that Milan's going to be able to pick up a win today with more goals than just a single goal. Now, here's the thing. It's 4:45 p.m. here. We are going to be going into some Super Bowl activities soon as things are going to kick off in that direction. So we'll do a quick discussion, maybe 15, 20 minutes. Let's just talk about how this team played. Let's dive into the player. I mean, it's the easiest thing for me to do is to dive just into these player ratings because they're the most convenient, to be honest. So let's just chat about it. I mean, for Milan, as I kind of already talked about, when it comes to this team, for a long time now, it's been very obvious. This team is good enough to be able to make top four. This team is good enough to even be competing for second place. But this season, Inter's just been on a whole other level that no one's really going to be able to stop them. It's the fact of the matter is that Inter's going to be winning the title this season. But this team is good enough to be able to do this. Now, as of late, they've actually been playing as a team that wants to win a little bit more than just make Champions League next season. I think a criticism of the team even recently, especially one of the recent matches in my reviews I talked about, was that this team seems like they don't have as much of a purpose this season. They don't have a purpose because they know that they are too far away from being able to win a title, and they're too far away from being able to lose on to Champions League football next season. They're going to stay there. So that kind of catches this team into this more of a limbo phase. It's like, what's that word? Where you're in between places. I can't remember now. Sometimes when I'm going live, my brain just doesn't work as sharply. But yeah, so they're kind of they're stuck in the middle. And I feel like you kind of can see that in the team based on their performances. And a lot of the times they need that extra incentive to actually put in a good performance. Playing against Napoli, playing against the defending champions of last season, the 2022 title winners, playing against the 2023 title winners, it was always going to be a good match. You feel like there was a little bit kind of left on the field for Milan. They probably could have won this 2-0 or 3-0. It could have actually been a very typical 2-1 or 3-1 scoreline because Napoli also had some great chances that they could have taken. But it ends 1-0. It's a comfortable, not a comfortable win for Milan, but in a way it actually feels kind of comfortable. There weren't a lot of magical stops that were forced out of Mike Maignan. It was mostly blocks from Theo at the edge of the box or a rescue tackle from Gabbia close to the goal, but it wasn't as much of a Mike Maignan is constantly involved outside of maybe a couple of chances. So when it comes to the team, if we go back right at it and we look at Mike and we look at his performance, I think he was good. He wasn't tested very much, but yeah, I think he played well. And before I dive more into the team, I would want to request you guys, if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the like button because, as I've already said, it helps the stream out a lot. So please, just a little bit, just takes to click a button. So please make sure to do that. And for all you guys who are joining a little bit later, because some of you guys joined in after the game is actually over, I'm not going to be putting out a 4 takeaways or a player ratings video today because we got the Super Bowl in North America and we're going to be watching that and kind of enjoying that today. So jumping into the team itself, Mike, not very tested, but when tested, effective. Calabria injured early, looks like he might be out for a little bit. I highly doubt that he walks away from the field today the way that he did, and somehow he's going to be back for the match against Stade Rennais. So that means that in the Europa League match on Thursday, it's probably going to be Florenzi starting for Milan. I mean, Kalulu is nowhere close. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's going to have to be Florenzi. Although, I think Jimenez is right-footed. I don't know if Pioli is in the mood for anything like that. But for now, I think you'd have to assume that it's going to be Florenzi starting on the right. Simon Kier and Matteo Gabbia. I think Kier, for as long as he was there, he was actually pretty good. But I think there was a point of time where you started to realize that as the match progresses and the players get more and more tired, and there's more and more, mileage on the legs of Simon, he's probably not going to stay as effective against Kvaratskhelia, and even their substitutions, like Lindstrom, who came on, was much quicker. So if you look at it, you could say that it was a decent substitution by Pioli to bring on Lindstrom instead of Kier. Could have been a bad outcome. We saw what happened with Terracciano. We saw what happened with Jimenez in the past, and it could have been a bad one today for Simic if that ball had gone in. But clearly Milan rode their luck. It hit the crossbar or hit the goalpost, bounced out, and Milan maintains their clean sheet, even though Simic probably played a good 30 to 35 minutes in this match. Gabbia, I'm not quite sure what else to say about this guy. When he's been back, he has been back. He truly has been the definition of a player who's resurgent, because when he was playing his first, significant portion of time at Milan, I was never convinced by him. I was waiting for him to depart because to me, he was just an extra body on the team and they needed to move him out so they could actually sign a legitimate center back. Gabbia went to Villarreal and he's come back a completely changed player. I'm not even sure if it's the experience that he got at Villarreal. I've hinted at this in a previous video that I feel like knowing the fact that he's going to be the starter no matter what. Gabbia, you play good today, you play bad today, doesn't matter. When you play tomorrow, you're going to be playing again. When we have the next match, you're going to be playing again. There's a video on YouTube that has been doing its rounds about Adel Taarabt. A lot of you guys remember Taarabt. Taarabt, I think, even scored his opening goal against Napoli 10 years ago. Taarabt was a enigma. He was one of those players that you just looked at and you're just amazed as to how good he was, and then also amazed as to how he hasn't had a better career. And his coach talked about something. He said that I saw him play when he was playing at QPR in the Championship, not in the Premier League, but in the second tier of English football. And he talked about how when I saw him play, I said to him, you're going to save this team. You're going to play this match. If you don't play well, you're going to play the next match. If you don't play well the next match, you're going to play the match after that. Basically telling him that you are our attacking player. That gives a player a lot of confidence. It gives them belief that I'm okay to make mistakes. Gabbia in the past, I feel like maybe didn't have that much peace of mind. He knew if he messes up, he's going to be out and it's going to be somebody else playing. This time around, he has more peace of mind. And I do think that has drastically helped his performance. And, of course, the fact that he's probably even more experienced and he's just, playing better football, which is great. Then there's Theo Hernandez. I'm not sure what else to say that I haven't already said. I said it in the match preview. Just, rewind this very video and go back and see it. When Theo plays well, Milan plays well. When he is at his attacking best, a lot of the times it gets the right results for Milan. And here we go. The goal from him, the attacking prowess from him, and Milan gets the win. Adli and Benacer, I feel like maybe had slightly weaker games. Adli especially, I felt like was making just some unnecessary mistakes. Seen Adli make those mistakes in the past too, but it gets a little bit annoying when Milan has a good attacking position and he just doesn't deliver the right kind of pass. It happened multiple times today. 3 that I can recall. Twice to Leao in the first half, and in the second half to somebody. I think even the second half maybe was to Leao, but just the wrong ball, or maybe to Theo Hernandez. So Adli, I feel like he wasn't very good, and Benacer also, I felt like maybe not Milan's midfield's best game, but again, 2 players that are probably going to be playing again. Loftus-Cheek, Pulisic. When it comes to Ruben Loftus-Cheek, I thought he was actually kind of okay today. You guys let me know in the comment section if you thought Loftus-Cheek was okay. I just feel like, just like Milan is kind of in limbo when it comes to the league table, you kind of get the sense that Loftus-Cheek is also a little bit in limbo when it comes to the team itself and the dynamic. He's playing as a number 10, but he didn't really play as a number 10 today. He played a little bit in between. He plays like a 9 3/4 player. And you don't really fully understand, well, not 9 3/4, more like a player between a number 8 and a 10. And it's just a weird positioning, but I felt like his effectiveness was okay today. Leao, on the other hand, I think I've discussed Leao and Pulisic more today than I have in my entire life. Leao, to me, has been very good in the recent past, and including today, a perfect pass from him results in a goal. I do think Leao had a lot of chances to score a goal and a lot of chances to get himself on the score sheet that he totally failed at. And I do get the sense that he should have done better in the opportunities that he got. Couple of the chances that Leao got were just, you expect a star that you're attaching a $175 million value to, you expect them to be able to score those goals. And he didn't, and that's a problem, but he's also the reason why Milan won today's game. So I felt like Leao was decent. Pulisic, on the other hand, has gone, as we've discussed, going through a very clear downward trajectory right now. But you do have to give credit to the fact that it's probably the amount that he's been worked this season, and especially over the past 1 month with the complete absence of Chukwueze. You can only expect Pulisic as a human being to be able to do so much. And I feel like, because the lack of availability of other right wingers, the lack of depth, I think it's pushed Pulisic too far. And for now, I would excuse his downward form and just chalk it off to being overplayed. And Giroud, yeah, mostly ineffective. Had a chance to score a goal today, but no, I don't think this was Giroud's best game. Giroud's been also very good recently, but today just wasn't that day. You felt like Jovic was actually a little bit more helpful in attack when he came on compared to how Giroud was. Now, time to jump into your comments. Let's see what you guys think. We'll do this for another 10 minutes, I would say. I'll just go through your comments for 10 minutes, and then I'll head over to this Super Bowl event that is happening tonight. Rafa to score 94th minute prediction. Oh, sorry. We went too far back. Let's not do predictions now because, let's be real. It's not going to happen. Theo's unreal. There are too many. Okay, I'm not going to do too much Pulisic stuff now. Why can you not play like this every time, Theo? Yeah, but he's playing much better. That has to be said. Last match, Giroud made up for the missed penalty kick. This game was Theo's turn. Good point. 2 missed penalties. Bad result against Bologna. Should have been better. 2 matches in a row. 1 match. Giroud has been an effective player and the man of the match, essentially. And today, Theo Hernandez is arguably the man of the match on the attacking side and on the defensive side. So, very, very good point. Heavenly 13. Yes, they have both made up for that mistake that they made. Thomas says Leao played a great game. I think so too. Just should be better. More clinical when he gets a chance to score a goal. He's not been clinical enough. Kush, since you said no video this week, can you tell us your 4-player ratings live? Yeah, I mean, I went through the whole team right now, Thomas. So I hope that was good enough for you, my friend. Even when Leao doesn't score, Adam says, even though Leao doesn't score, he's such a threat. Opens up exactly, right? That's the intangible. You have the tangibles and the goals and the assists and the hockey assists, but you also have the intangibles and actually spreading the game out. I mean, he draws multiple players to him. When he's got the ball, you'd rarely ever see Di Lorenzo going one-on-one against him. They'd probably try and double team him, which leaves a little bit more space exposed. You throw Theo Hernandez in that exposed space with Theo Hernandez's pace, and you can extract something out of it. And I'm not just talking about the first half goal, but even in the second half, you can use that tandem and be pretty destructive. It actually kind of surprises me that Milan doesn't score more goals through those two guys. Seeing how good a quality of players Leao and Theo Hernandez are, you'd really think that they should be winning more games, not 1-0, but a little bit more in terms of outcome. Thomas, this game took 3 years off my life. I agree. 3 points. Let's go. Oh, all right. Audio. I see it. The video got froze again. Hold on. Let's try to fix this for you guys. This new version of this system is actually the problem, in my opinion, because I've been good. And there we go. How much time do we have? We got 8 minutes. All right. Let's do this for maybe another 5 minutes. Napoli still with one of the worst title defenses in 30 years. That's awesome. Child Space says, "What's up, Kush? What's up, Child Space 1? What a season we are having." This is actually something that I did want to address. I think Martino posted something on his Twitter, and he mentioned how the season that Milan won the Scudetto, they had pretty much scored the same amount of goals and conceded the same amount of goals. Pretty much neck and neck. 49 goals and 25 conceded, and it was pretty much the same number, 48 this time and 26 conceded, something like that. And that's surprising. It's the quality of the other teams that has seriously elevated. Juventus has become a threat again. Inter has been phenomenal this season. And for that reason, Milan's not winning the title, essentially. But when it comes to their stats, they actually look very similar to the Scudetto winning season. And it has to be a bit of a, credit to Stefano Pioli. For all the criticism that Milan has seen, it's good. It's a good problem to have that our standards have gone up. We would be thrilled with this type of a season in the banter era. We would be delighted with this type of a season. But now our standards have gone up. And so there's more of an expectation from Pioli. But the fact that Milan is in 3rd place at this point with the current match points, they're 1 point behind Juventus in 2nd place. And we're still complaining that the coach should be fired. That tells you that the quality of this team has gone up. But we are not having a bad season per se. I think it's just more high pressure, though. The pressure's on Juve now before their game with Udine tomorrow morning, Star. Yeah, you're right. The pressure is on Juventus now. But I'll be honest, I wish it wasn't. I do, as a Milan fan, I do wish Juventus was doing a little bit better. I wish Milan was doing the best, of course. But if not Milan, then I'd definitely prefer if Juve, made a run for the title. But they completely bundled it up against Inter. That just wasn't a good performance. And that chance that Vlahovic had and didn't score, that haunts me still. RLC at 7.5, that's a joke. I agree. I think he's been generously been given ratings this match today. First clean sheet since Empoli. We've conceded just 2 goals in the last 4 matches. No. We've scored more goals. We've conceded more goals. conceded just 2 goals in the last 4 matches. No, we conceded 2 against Frosinone, 2 against Bologna, 2 against Udinese. So we've conceded a few goals now. But hey, I'll take a clean sheet though. Uh-oh. What happened here now? Oh, there we go. Okay. Gabia deserves a shout out for man of the match. Yes, I agree. Chuk coming up will help the team. Adam, totally agree with you. It'll help Pulisic. It'll help the team. He just adds that extra dimension of attack too. He's so effective at times. Now, has he scored a lot of goals and assisted a lot of goals? No. But he actually is pretty effective when he comes on in the second half. His pace, his ability to dribble the ball, that's always a threat. He's much more in line with how Leao is on the left, compared to how Pulisic is on the right flank. Chuk and Leao have similar personalities, not even close to being as good as each other. But Chukwueze can dribble. He can get past his player. He can, use his speed and exploit that. So I think Chukwueze would be an excellent addition, Adam. Should have scored at least a second goal, 100%. Does a true central defensive midfield really unlock this midfield? If so, it needs to be the first, second, and third priority in the summer. Yes, I think it does. And if they're going to play a 4-2-3-1, it most definitely does. So I have to say that. Victory. We're coming for Inter. Hey, let's just stay close, see what happens. But Inter's going to have to drop points. But the way that they're playing doesn't look like... I'd be surprised if they drop any points till the end of the season. But we still have a long season to go. There's 14 matches left still. So there's a long season to go. So nothing's for sure right now. Kush, we suffered, but we won. Yes, Alex, we suffered, but we won. Also, go Niners. All right, here we go. Adam's a Niners fan. I'm not a fan of any of them, but it'll be nice to watch the game. But yeah, let's go Niners. Yeah, Joel, I know, my friend. I don't know why the audio is doing this thing. It's only in one ear, and I get it. It's a little annoying. But I'll try and fix it for next stream. Oh, when I switch screen, it only happens. Fahad says, your voice changes speaker when you switch from full screen to displaying something. Okay, so I got to fix that part. Okay, so I'm going to have to see what's going on the other. But here, right now, is it fine? Can you guys hear me both ears when I'm on this screen? It'll be, actually, I'd really appreciate the feedback because it'll help me for the next game. Florenzi looking good today. He was. Looks like we got a Napoli fan in here. Hamas Hamza. Alex, with another kind super chat. I appreciate it, Alex. I'm happy that you're happy, and I'm happy as well. Anyone know how much longer Fikayo is out for? Good question. If anyone does know, please let me know in the comment section because I haven't read up on the player injuries right now. Okay, hold on. Let's do this one thing. I think there might be a way for me to be able to tell you because that information was available over here. I just have to go into AC Milan. And let's see when the injured players are coming back. Because I think this does give you a little bit of an idea on it. But I'm not sure how much of an idea. Okay, so player injuries. Squad. Suspensions and injuries. Here we go. Detailed. Okay, it's generating it now. All right, let me put this on the screen so you guys can see. So from the looks of it, and my screen might be a little bit annoying now, but here we go. Thank you for that question, Raven. You'll help us address this. So it looks like Pierre, February 29th. Pobega, with all due respect, I don't really care right now. Malik Tau, February 14th. And Fikayo Tomori, February 26th. Now, obviously, these are not guaranteed. These are just estimates. But Transfer Market can at times be reliable with this, but at least we get a little bit of a ballpark. So this is the return dates for these guys. So as I said, our defenders are probably going to make their comebacks this month. And from the looks of it, how did you come back? I thought I killed you, bro. it does look like that is going to happen. So thank you for that question, Raven, because that really helps. Because even I was a little bit unsure, but it looks like Fikai will be back by the end of the season. And from the looks of it, Malik Chow might be back in a few days itself. Honestly, I just need Tao back. A Gabia and Tao backline would make me feel so much safer. Yes, I agree. Tarap is such a throwback. That's what I do here. Hey, I watched Tao get roasted by fast strikers too often. I'd almost rather him sit the bench and learn for next season. Yeah, but he's also played very well against a lot of teams. So he's going to make mistakes. He's a young defender. That's going to happen. We're 1 point away from Juve, and they don't have Vlahovic or Chiesa against Udinese. Yeah, we're going to catch up. But who's going to catch up to Inter? That's the key. Jake, Novice should have came on way earlier. Giroud was gassed. I think you were talking about Jovic. Yeah, Jovic Jovic should have actually come on a little bit sooner because Giroud was probably ineffective the entirety of the match. It wasn't one of his best, and that's okay. That happens sometimes. All right, looks like I'm starting to go over time now. I'll quickly run through these. Oh my God, there's so many comments. How do I run through these? All right, let's just start scrolling and just grabbing them at random. Okay, hold on. Wow, guys, I appreciate it so much. There's so many freaking comments here. I'm going to try my best. All right. Super Bowl, here we come. Leao was very good, but he felt he should have scored. Pulley was okay. A lot of defensive work again, but hope for more. Agreed. Fourth kid is awesome. Sammy, you're right. Hey, Kush. Davide says, hey, Kush. Great combo between Leao and Theo today. Still missing the goal from Leao, but he had a great game. The goal will come. You put it better than I did, to be honest. Loftus-Cheek and Pulisic are not clicking yet. There will come a time when they do click. It's going to be crazy then. Joel, I hope you're right, and why not? I mean, they have played for so long in multiple teams now. You'd really hope they'd start clicking soon. I'm so glad that I bought that new black kit with Theo's name on the back. I'm happy for you. You're one of the OGs. I remember you being on this channel in the comments for years now, so I appreciate it. Not that many years because it's only 2-3 years, but for months now. Leao for 175. Yeah, right, bros. No, Joe. We're not saying that he's going to get sold for 175. We're saying his release clause is 175. And because his release clause is 175, Milan has said that if someone pays the release clause, they'll let him go. It's not his evaluation, but that is his release clause. We've won, but we've got 2 new injuries. Let's see if Benacer is okay. Who else got injured? Davide. Florenzi might be okay. Quite honestly, I think I'll be happy to see maybe Davide get a little bit of rest. If Leao is 175, then how much is Pulisic? 25? Because Milan just bought him for 20 million. So Pulisic is probably worth, with the season that he's had, 30? I can't say Pulisic is worth 50 million. And again, it's not Leao's value. It's his release clause. That's what it is. Mismatch. Puppet Cantu. Benacer and Adli did fairly well defending in the midfield. They controlled the ball. I agree. Adli had 3 bad passes. He did. Grolix. Appreciate the super chat. You're very kind. I think you left an emoji, but it's not showing up on this. It's a balloon and a number 1. And I appreciate it. You're very sweet. Thank you. Trying to see how this thing works. I appreciate Grolix again. Any opinion on the injury? We're back at it. Some injuries are going to happen. And we've actually been pretty decent recently, knock on wood, with injuries. So let's just, take it as one of those times. All right, let's see. We must understand that Leao is a winger. Don't expect the same amount of goals as the Scudetto season, but he should be more clinical when in front of goal. He should be clinical when in front of goal. You're right, Arland, Aslani. You're also right that you shouldn't be expecting as many goals. And one of the main reasons you can't expect as many goals is because of the kind of team that Milan has now. Back then, it was just Leao. Who else did we have? Brahim Diaz, Junior Messias. Up front, it was Olivier Giroud. So it was just Leao and Giroud scoring goals. Now, there's Pulisic. Now, there's Loftus-Cheek. Now, there's Giroud and Jovic. There are a few more goal scorers this time around. So there's less goals that Leao has scored. He shouldn't be missing from the spots that he's missed from. But yeah, as long as he's involved in the game and contributing and getting assists and getting hockey assists, I'm okay with it. We have not won at home against Napoli since 2014. This game was curse-breaking. Yes, I heard that. The commentators say that 10 years of not being able to beat Napoli at home is wild. All right, I think we are... Audio gets fixed when you display something on screen. Just when you are the focus, is the audio bugged? Okay, so now it is bugged. And when I do this, it gets better. Why? What is different with the mic here? Let me just take a quick look as to what the difference is, because that doesn't make much sense. But we'll have it fixed for next time, is what I'm going to promise to you guys. All right. Anyways, sorry for the bad audio again, but here we go. Okay, I think that's good. I think we covered pretty much a lot of you guys. There's so many comments that I can't catch up on with everyone, but I do appreciate you guys being in the comment section and watching the game with me. I do appreciate you guys liking. If you haven't already, please make sure to do so. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel as well. Today, there's not going to be a 4 takeaways. There's not going to be a player ratings because of the night activity. I'm sure wish Rafa had made as good a pass to Pulley when he was in goal as did to Theo. Yeah, but I agree. It should have been a better pass, but maybe the mistake that he made with Pulisic made him a little bit more, confident, or what's the word? It made him be a little bit more careful, and he made it a much better pass to Theo. The point is that he got it right at the end, and the point is that Milan won and got the 3 points at the end. Who scores is so not our problem, and it's never been my interest in 17 years of watching this team. Not Leao, not Pulisic, not my grandma. It doesn't matter who scores the goal. Still, it's 3 points, and the best thing that I can say about this match. Exactly. You said it yourself. That 3 points and the job is done. I completely forgot Pobega was on the team. I agree, my friend. I did too when I saw that. Leao has more goals assists by matchday 24 now than he did in 21-22 title winning and MVP season, by the way. For some people, he is the problem. Thank you. Thank you for bringing this up. Now, Leao went completely nuts in the last 10 to 12 games of the title winning season. So he had a little bit of a slow start. And that's the only thing we can hope for now, is that now he kicks it into overdrive. And he has been consistently involved, so that's great. I'd love Kessie to come back. I'll be honest, low-key, I would be too. I'd be okay if he comes back. He's 26 or 27 playing in Saudi Arabia. Come back. Play with our guy, Benacer. Joel, we love your show, Kush. Great to see a professional live stream like yours. It's sad you're not on live TV. You put in the effort to keep it professional. Forza Milan, I appreciate it. That's very, very nice. You're very sweet. You're very kind. And it's okay. Nowadays, man, YouTube is pretty much everything. Who really wants to be that much on live TV? Who watches live TV? I'm not sure. But yeah, anyways, I do appreciate it, though. You're very kind. Thanks again for the live stream. I appreciate it, Liam, you for being here pretty much the entire match. And the comments still keep coming, but enjoy the Super Bowl. I appreciate it. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Who are you cheering on tonight? I'm cheering on that the team I didn't actually do anything with the team. It's just... I have friends who are much more into NFL, are much more into the Super Bowl. They have told me where to put some cash, and I just hope wherever the cash is where the outcome is. Who wins or loses, I'm not bothered. I heard Usher's in the halftime show, which is, I guess, nice. I don't really care about the halftime show either. But Tiesto is also there, so who knows? Maybe we'll end up, putting on our sunglasses and dancing in the middle of the living room. Last comment, Grolix. Pulisic should play the number 10 role instead of RLC and then Chuk on the right. Look, if the only thing is that Milan would be a little bit imbalanced. I think Ruben Loftus-Cheek offers a little bit more in defense than Pulisic would, but you're not totally wrong. If Milan's insistent on playing a 4-2-3-1, you might as well play Pulisic with Chukwueze. At least against the weaker sides, your attack will look really, really dominant. But I don't necessarily disagree with you there. And let's just end this with, apparently Napoli only had one shot on target. And that's exactly what happened today. Now, I saw your next question, so I'll just address it real quick. You can let me know if I'm right or wrong about it. So what we ended up doing something with was Christian McCaffrey is the name, to score a touchdown, and Travis Kelce to get 50 plus receiving yards. That's what I was told to go with. Odds are good. Let's see if it works. But yeah, let me know if that's going to work or not. Thank you very much, guys. I appreciate it. We've gone to 2 hours and 40 minutes at this point in time, because usually when we start talking, we have a harder time shutting up. But it's that time now. Got to get ready and go for this Super Bowl. I appreciate it. And as always, hold on. Let's get into position for this. Forza Milan. Grazie mille. Ciao tutti, guys.